Hansen Stadium for what could be the final time this year. It's the regular season finale in Class A. 11A football tonight. Number 3 Jamestown matches up with number 5 Fargo North in a matchup that's got big time seeding implications and home field advantage going in to the postseason. Jaron Matheny, glad you're with us here on 107.1 AM 1400, online and newsdakota.com. We are streaming live with video on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Well, the Blue Jays come in after a win last week on the road at West Fargo Horace. Jamestown 46, Horace 12. That was a 6-0 ball game for Horace to start things out. An onside kick. The Hawks recover, take it down the field, and score. They go up 6-0, and Jamestown would then tie the game at 6 at the end of the first quarter and then score 27 points in the second quarter to run away with it. Jamestown scored 46 unanswered points in the win over Horace last week. For Fargo North, they were taking on West Fargo. West Fargo in Double-A, of course. The Packers defeated North 42-28. So Fargo North drops to 5-3 on the season, 4-2 against EDC competition this year. Let's take a look around the other scores from Class A and Double-A from last week. The Blue Jays with the win over Horace. West Fargo defeats Fargo North. Fargo South winning 48-13 over Wahpeton. Dickinson victorious 52-14 against Turtle Mountain. Devils Lake won over Watford City 31-6. Grand Forks Central with the upset of the week last week, 24-21 over Valley City at home in double overtime. The first loss of the year for the Highliners comes in the second to last week of the season on the road in Grand Forks. That's a huge win for Central in terms of where they could be headed for the postseason. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. 2 Double-A, Cheyenne shut out Bismarck High 42-0. Mandan 28-21 over Shanley. Legacy 42-13 against St. Mary's. Minot 48-0 over Williston. That rounds out the season for the Coyotes. Davies 35-20 over Century. Grand Forks Red River was on bye last week. So with this being the last week of the regular season, Jamestown last year in this game played on a Friday night. This year they're playing on a Thursday night here at home, along with a couple of other games and one game that's already completed. West Fargo Horace will still be in search of their first win in program history to kick off the 2023 year as Horace falls to Watford City 21-19. The final score, Watford led 21-19 at the half. They hang on to that lead. Watford City ends the year with 2 victories. Not going to be enough to knock them into that postseason discussion. Grand Forks Red River is at Dickinson tonight. Red River with a 3-0 lead. Last time we got an update on that. Minot is at West Fargo. Mandan at Cheyenne in what could be the match of the night. And St. Mary's at Shanley this evening as well. And of course, we've got Jamestown hosting Fargo North here tonight at Hansen Stadium. So those are the games going on tonight. Tomorrow, Grand Forks Central's at Devils Lake. Turtle Mountain at Wahpeton. South at Valley City is another big-time matchup. Legacy at Davies. And Bismarck High at Century playing tonight as well. So add that one to the docket for this evening as Bismarck High tries to avoid going 0-9 on the season, and Century's got playoff implications coming their way. We talked with Coach Nelson about the QRF rating and this entire system that lays out the potential playoff seeding for both sides as we look forward to play tonight. Valley City is currently the number 1 team in the QRF rankings with an 84.6. That's better than Grand Forks Red River's 78.5. That's where the Rough Riders sit, is second place. Then Fargo South 75.6 is third place. Jamestown would be hosting a playoff game next week as the number 4 team with their QRF ranking of 75. Fargo North is just behind them. That's why if North wins today, they're more than likely going to host Jamestown next week in Fargo. Wahpeton 6th, Dickinson 7, Central 8. And really right now it's a battle between who's going to be 7, who's going to be 8, and if that 4-5 line switches at all. Central has created some distance over Devil's Lake. So as long as they take care of business on Friday night, Central is going to book a ticket to the postseason. Dickinson tonight, even if they lose against Grand Forks Red River, because Red River's schedule has been good and their QRF rating is high, it won't look as bad of a loss on the schedule for Dickinson. The QRF rating is just a little bit wacky, and we talked with Coach Nelson about it. We'll hear from him in just a moment. But right now, Jamestown, you figure to bolster your QRF ranking here this week with the fact that South is playing at Valley City. That's going to be good for them. Bad news for Grand Forks Red River is they're playing a team that's underneath them in the rankings this week, so they'll probably drop down. We saw that last week. Jamestown beats Horace 46-12. Horace's QRF rating goes up 7 points and Jamestown's goes down. That's why this system sometimes doesn't make a lot of sense, because you're trying to take apart your opponent and you're rating matchups in certain instances. It's a confusing process that probably doesn't need to be as confusing as it actually is. So that's why nobody really knows what's going to happen with the QRF rankings based off of last week, the week before that. It all happens to be, if you win tonight, good job. You put yourself in good position to be a top 4 team if you're Jamestown or Fargo North. That's what it comes down to here this evening. Blue Jays winning last week 46-12 over Horace. Fargo North coming in off a loss after they started the year 4-0. They've lost 3 out of their last 4 games, including a 17-14 loss at Fargo South. They lost, of course, to West Fargo their last time out, 42-28, and they also lost in big-time fashion at home against Grand Forks Red River, 38-6. So North will look to turn it around here today. It's a dynamic backfield for the Fargo North Spartans, and trying to slow down this backfield for Fargo North has been a big part of the discussion this week in practice. Peter Haugo is the leading rusher in Class A. He's got 18 touchdowns on the season, but before we talk about him, we look back with Coach Nelson on last week's win over West Fargo Horace. Here's Blue Jay football head coach Bill Nelson. Blue Jay football head coach Bill Nelson now joins us on the pregame show. Coach, an emphatic win last week over Horace side, who may be 0-8, but you talked about it before last week's game and then during the game as well. A team that never gives up and fights to the very end. Your side, though, with a very impressive second quarter in that game. What'd you see overall? As you said, it looked like you guys got back to some Blue Jay football during that second quarter.
We did. We just started making plays, and playing the way we're supposed to play, and they hit us with a couple things we weren't ready for, and it has the twist of always it's the adversity you deal with. You got to get used to that, and they came out and they showed something different on their kickoff and got that little nub onside. Great little great play on their part, and then we had them stopped and had a penalty that continued their drive, and they made a couple plays and scored, and they gave them a little bit of like we talked about before. You can't give a team like that momentum, because the longer you let them hang around, the more they're going to start bleeding, So, but I thought our kids did a good job. We got a little banged up. Noah Miser got a concussion, and Tuakisi Foston, both within probably 4 plays, were both out. And they will be without both of them this week. Noah had a concussion. He should be good to go next week. Tui had they were kind of a little worried, but ended up being just a really bad contusion. So he's already moving again on it, and we'll have him back next week. So, but you talked about other guys jumping in and stepping up and doing a great job. And, Peyton jumps in and playing defense, okay? He hasn't played defense since he was probably a freshman, and that wasn't a whole lot. He reps it every day with Coach Frank. You know what I mean? He's the Tui's the one, and he's the emergency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we need somebody, he goes down, and Peyton jumped in, and honestly, if there's a deep ball, I'll put my money on him, just because you got a basketball kid who's got very good hand-eye coordination. You know what I mean? And it's like, and what was he in there, 2 plays, and he ends up
had an interception. Yep.
So, yep. Now, the cool part about him playing free safety is he knows what that quarterback's thinking. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he's going to get probably going to get more reps tonight than he's gotten in a long, long time. But as the game went on, it's like it settled him down. He didn't have time to. You know what I mean? He just took it as is and was asking questions, and you know what I mean, from a defense side. But offensively, he was more relaxed. You know what I mean? And I think so. It's how we always talk about everything happens for a reason, and even though sometimes it's really hard to know what those reasons are, you know what I mean? You never want to see a kid get hurt, but it was one of those standpoints that he stepped up, and we ended up rolling Aiden down to corner. And because we're down 8 walls, mm-hmm. And then Asher Williams was playing on the other side, so we rolled him after Noah got hurt. We rolled Aiden down, and so but Aiden's a sponge. Aiden's an extremely intelligent kid. He can tell you what any of those 4 D-backs are doing on any given, you know what I mean, against any formation, against whatever. So we were blessed to have that, and that's the way we're going to roll. Now we got Nate back this week, but Noah and Aiden are out, so Aiden's actually going to roll at the corner spot, which, for their run game, that becomes an extremely physical cornerback. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, it's good. And on the flip side, he's probably as close to 100% as he's been all year because he's had that ankle kind of lingering, and we got to get him out. He got to get some open lanes, and offensive line played better, and just, yeah, it's amazing what that you talk about the big Mo, and we got some momentum going, and it just continued on. I think what we put, they were up 6-0, and we scored the next 46.
Yep,
so
that's right.
But that's like we talked about before, they don't have, not having seniors is a big difference, and I don't know how other teams are, but I know how ours is. I know our kids like structure, and I know you get used to things, and last week was a change. We had our scare with the lockdown, you know what I mean? Yep. And we ended up lose practice on Thursday. So that's a big prep day. And you're dotting your I's, you're crossing your T's, you're just making sure, you know what I mean? And we did a walkthrough, but I mean, it took a little while to get in sync, you know what I mean? And so, but like I said, the kids fought through the adversity of it, and that's growing as a team. So exciting and encouraging, and that leads to tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Leads to tonight against Fargo North, regular season finale for your side. This could have a lot of implications in terms of where you guys are headed for the postseason. I know you're focused in on tonight first and foremost, though, Coach, but I want to ask about the QRF rankings and just kind of what your takeaway is from that ranking system, knowing where you guys are sitting right now and how close you are to both Red River and Fargo South just in front of you.
We told the kids, and we're just going to worry about us. That's all we can worry about. Take care of our business, and we as coaches, you look at it and you try to figure it out. And I've got 2 math guys on my staff, and across the state, not one coach can figure it out. And ironically, I bought a trailer this summer, and ironically, the guy I bought it from, his brother's the QRF guy.
Perfect.
Yeah, he was the originator. I said, "So, how would you give me your brother's cell phone number?" He starts laughing. Hey, if you wouldn't even know all the people that would like to get that. Anyhow, it's I don't know. I'm not saying it's perfect. But you get scheduled who you get scheduled. You know what I mean? And we play all Class A teams. We don't have any AA teams on our schedule. So are you getting how do I want to say it? Are you getting penalized because you don't play a AA team?
Yeah.
And if we're going to play AA's, then make it across the board even for everybody. But if you're going to play only in division, then just play in division. But I know there's some teams that, whether they don't want to leave a certain area or not, some of us have to travel no matter what, and that's fine. I think the biggest thing when they came up with everything was we want competitive balance, and I think we've got a really good league. But if we're going to play, then give everybody the opportunity. Where if you want everybody to not play because we don't play anybody, and there's a handful of others that don't play any, and then Fargo South plays 3.
Right.
So it's like, okay, so they get points for, and it's not just them. I'm not, but they get points for playing a AA team.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so I just keep it even, keep it across the board, and so that way, it's an even field, and there's a lot of situations and scenarios that can happen, with tonight's game. We just need to worry about us. We can win and be the 4. We can win and get to 2. We can win and be the 3 with some help. And it all depends on, Dickinson, Red River tonight, or and then Valley and South play tomorrow night.
Yeah, there could be a lot of things that could change just depending upon what happens this week.
So, but the biggest thing is comes back to Jaron. We just got to take care of us, and do the things that we're capable of doing, and let the chips fall in. We want to host. That's our number one goal outside of student scholars. The team scholar award is hosting a playoff game. And that's all we're concerned with right now. And after tonight's game, we'll take a look at things and we'll see where we're at, and we'll go from there. I know it's pretty cliche to talk about it, but it's just, you can tell the kids there's so many different routes this could go without being able to know how the system works. Like South Dakota follows a PowerPoint system. And I taught and coached on there for a couple years. Coaches can figure it out. and there's a point differential thing that is in the equation. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff, but that's the unknown that we don't know. So
yeah, absolutely.
Worry about us, take care of what we can take care of, and we'll go from there.
Try to find a way to win tonight against a Fargo North side that came into the year with the top two. You guys in Fargo North were 1-2 in the preseason poll. They've got a really, really strong running game with Peter Haugo, who leads Class A, 18 touchdowns on the season. So how do you try and slow down this run game and get a win over Fargo North tonight?
You know, we're probably going to attack their run game a little differently than other teams have. They love power. If you know how power is run, backside guard pull, skip pull, they run a lot of, I don't want to say it mimics NDSU stuff because it's a lot different, but they run power a lot of different ways, and the ball's going to go through Peter Hoggle. He's a very talented young man, and they've got another running back there that's good. And they've got some explosive receivers, so you need to know where their personnel is at, and just we got to win the transfer war. We've talked about that all week. Our offensive line took a step forward last week. We got to win that, and we also defensively, we got to get engaged back helped a lot because now it adds a little bit of depth, a little bit more pop there. So that's helped things tremendously. But you got to know where your assignments are. Get to your reads, get downhill. Don't miss tackles. Don't have missed tackles. And that's the thing is if you watch, he's a different kind of a running back than we've seen because he's a long strider.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He's not he's not real shifty. Does he have one cut ability? Yeah, he does. But he hits the hole hard. He gets the top speed. He's out and gone, and so you got to know where he's at all times. And but just do your job. It comes down. It's the old Bill Belichick thing, right? Just do your job. And you got 11 people doing their job. And I'm not a Bill Belichick. I'm not a Patriots guy, and I know you're not either. But right. It's pretty simple, right? Do your job.
Do your job, and good things should happen, right?
Yep. And we're gonna fight tooth and nail. It's gonna be a fun one. We hope a lot of people don't have school today. Hoping there's a lot of people at the place tonight. If people are listening to this, we'd love to fill the joint, and you find me a team that doesn't like to play at home. You're playing your last. We told the kids last week, we're in playoff week. I mean, it is playoff more because you're playing for seeding not bragging rights, but you're playing for seeding rights. And if things fall the way they may, we could stay at home for a while. You know what I mean? But we got to take care of business tonight from the start. Have a fast start right out of the gates last year. You don't compare years, but it's just you've got to jump on them right away and not sit and wait, to see what they're going to do or to play the old hodgepodge game. But our kids have had 2 really good weeks that just dialed in, locked in, ready to go. So, yeah, 7 o'clock needs to get here. We'll just leave it at that.
All right, we're ready for kickoff. Head coach Bill Nelson, appreciate your time today, Coach.
All right, thank you, Jaron.
Our thanks to head coach Bill Nelson for joining us here on the pregame show. He said it is playoff mode type atmosphere tonight, and if you are still listening and wondering if you've got time to get over here to Hansen Stadium, you do. Get here now, come watch this game, and come see the Blue Jays as they try to at least pick up home field advantage for the first game of the postseason, potentially the first 2 games of the postseason as Jamestown looks forward and trying to get back to the Fargo Dome once again this year. This is the reigning state champion Blue Jays and the team they knocked out in the semifinals last year. As we get ready for the national anthem, we'll take a short break. When we return, we'll check in with our public address announcer Mark McKenzie for your starting lineups on both sides. Back in 2 minutes to Hansen Stadium.
No matter where you live, you should have access to high-quality health care. Jamestown Regional Medical Center's orthopedic and sports medicine team offers care for hips, shoulders, knees, and toes. When an injury occurs, teams need care quickly. That's why the JRMC orthopedic team promises same-day and next-day appointments. Schedule direct at jrmcnd.com or call 952-4878.
Jamestown Regional Medical Center will never stop building for you.
Enjoy the rustic Frontier Fort Bar, Grill, and Gift Shop. The gift shop is open year-round with North Dakota tourism gifts and unique jewelry. And for a true Dakota Territory dining experience, the Frontier Fort Grill is open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday. Every Thursday night, get a rack of ribs, fries, coleslaw, and toast for just $9.95. And their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Dine in or call for takeout at 252-7492. The Frontier Fort, on the road to the Buffalo, Jamestown.
Two Rivers Printing is your local source for anything printed on paper. As a full-service print shop, they offer quick print services for all kinds of posters, flyers, and business forms. They also print banner signs, invitations, cookbooks, thank you cards, and more. They can also do wide format printing in matte, gloss, blueprints, and vinyl. With decades of experience, you know it will be done quickly and done right. Call Two Rivers Printing at 251-1266 at the end of 10th Street in Jamestown.
This is Clint with RM Stout. It's been a long road, but the auto industry is beginning to turn. We've noticed an uptick in new lot inventory. It's been years since we've seen this many new vehicles on the lot. With more new vehicles available, prices of used cars have and will continue to decrease, with nearly 100 used truck and SUVs to choose from here at RM Stout. If you still don't find what you're looking for, we can special order one of our 35 new car models within our 6 brands. I'll let you do the math, but from what I can tell, we have plenty of options for you to upgrade your ride at RM Stout for the best value.
Getting ready for kickoff, the Blue Jays will defend first as they won the toss and elected to defer. Let's take a look at your starters for Fargo North. Here's public address announcer Mark McKenzie.
Adam Jarski. Center, senior number 74, Rowan Johnson. Left guard, junior number 63, Jordan Zander. Left tackle, junior number 73, Jackson Eganis. Running back, a junior number 40, Jim Miller. Running back, a junior number 36, Peter Algo. Tight end, a junior number 88, Carter Zeller. Wide receiver, junior number 4, Dave Schilling. Wide receiver, senior number 81, Welcome Mahoza. Quarterback, a junior number 7, Ethan Ralph. Head coach at his 9th year for the Spartans, Adam Rowland.
Adam Rowland in his 9th season for Fargo North. Those are the offensive starters for the Spartans, who come in with a 5-3 record on the year. Now to the defensive starters for the Blue Jays in what could be the final home game for the seniors ever. Hoping that's not the case, but Jamestown probably needs a win tonight to make sure they get one more. Here are your defensive starters for the reigning state champs.
Senior number 59, Ethan Ball. Left tackle, junior number 58, Gage Freeberg. Defensive end, junior number 52, Bo Nelson. Linebacker, senior number 13, Preston Gall. Linebacker, senior number 23, Jackson Walker. Linebacker, junior number 5, Caden Michelson. Linebacker, senior number 11, Clifton Muse. Quarterback, senior number 24, Aiden Braun. Quarterback, sophomore number 83, Nate Wall. Strong safety, junior number 19, Tyson Torreson. And that free safety, senior number 3, Peyton Hochhalter.
Bill Nelson in his 8th season, Adam Rowland in his 9th year for Fargo North. It's the Blue Jays and Spartans' final regular season game of the year, and it's here at Hansen Stadium. We hit the top of the hour. We'll step aside, pause for 10 seconds for station identification. We're back with kickoff right after this.
Your home for the Jamestown Blue Jays. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296HH Jamestown.
Blue Jays and Spartans, winner more than likely hosting a playoff game next week. The loser is more than likely on the road next week for the opening round of the playoffs. Still a lot to be determined after tonight and into tomorrow evening. We'll have a better look at the QRF standings after that, hoping that Jamestown, certainly if you're a Blue Jay fan, you're hoping for a fast start tonight like you saw last year against this Fargo North side right here in Jamestown. Spartans on the opposite side, they remember that loss last year and Jamestown creating separation early and then Fargo North trying to come from behind late and unable to do that. So we'll see how this one shakes out from the start. It'll be Louis Gelberg to tee it up for the Blue Jays. Dosh is back deep to receive for Fargo North. Dosh Jr. We'll see him split out at receiver at times, mostly playing safety. Gelberg's right hand is in the air, kicking off from left to right of the Blue Jays. This is up and end over end. Dosh will field it at the 5-yard line, run up towards the right seam, now stretch it back out towards his sideline, far side of the field, and Dosh is down at the 20-yard line. So here comes the Fargo North offense for the first time in the final game of the regular season. Second most points scored in the EDC this year, and a large part of that is their strong tailback, the junior Peter Haugo, who has 18 touchdowns on the year and the third most all-purpose yards in the EDC so far this season. He lines up in the backfield oftentimes with Jim Miller, and when Miller gets going downhill, this is a tough group to stop because Miller is truly a wrecking ball blocker for this side. Little pitch in motion for Dosh. He'll try to stretch it out right side, and the Blue Jays sniff that out from the start. It's a loss of a yard for Dosh on the opening play from scrimmage for Fargo North. So Blue Jays swarm to the far side of the field. A good start for this Jamestown defense. No Tuakizi Foston in this game for Jamestown. No Noah Meisner. Both expected to be back next week, hopefully, but that means Peyton Hochhalter is playing free safety tonight. Pistol set. They'll give towards the right side, and Jamestown's in the backfield again. Looked like Colton Muse and Ethan Gall were the two in there for the Blue Jays, and it's a loss of 2 yards for Haugo on the carry. 3rd down and 13 upcoming for Fargo North. So 3rd and 13, a loss of a yard for Dosh, a loss of 2 yards for Haugo. Jamestown seems to be firing out of the gate. Pistol set. One tailback is Haugo. Drop back to pass. Throw out left side. Complete to Dosh. And then he's met by Jackson Walters at the 19-yard line. A gain of just 2 yards on the completion to Dosh. And the Blue Jays will force Fargo North to punt on their first offensive drive. Welk connects with Dosh, but just 2 yards. And Jackson Walters slams him to the ground. Jimmy fans, get used to hearing that. Jackson Walters is officially declared he'll play college football here at Hansen Stadium for the University of Jamestown. Preston Gall has also joined that list. Punt is up and away. Shealy fields it at the 45-yard line, across the 40. Good space out in front for Caleb Shealy. He cuts back at the 30 and then is wrapped up at the 28-yard line. We do have a yellow marker on the field back at the 38. Either way, from the spot of the foul, if this is against Jamestown, they'll move him back up to right about midfield for this first drive for the Blue Jays. Nice return, though, from Caleb Shealy. We'll see if it holds up.
On the return, block in the back, above the waist. On the return team, number 34, 10 yards, spot foul, first down.
So a block in the back, and Jamestown will be pushed back for their opening drive. 10 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the first quarter. Nothing doing on that first drive for Fargo North. -1 yard on the day, and the Blue Jay defense firing from the start. Jamestown won the toss and deferred to the second half. Now the Jamestown offense out on the field. Peyton Hochhalter will come out in empty for the Blue Jays. Aiden Braun is in the game. He'll be the tailback for Jamestown, at least the starting tailback. Walters, lone receiver on the right side. Snap for Hochhalter. He looks left, throws left side, high for Preston Gall. Through his hands and incomplete. Almost caught by Braun back behind Gall. Just a little bit too hot from Hochhalter, and it's 2nd down and 10 for the Blue Jays. Thursday night football. We had Thursday day football with Watford City taking down Horace 21-19. Grand Forks Red River is up 10-0 on Dickinson. Last time we checked in there. Aiden Braun off the right hip of Peyton Hochhalter. Tight ends stacked on top of each other. Now Braun empties out. Hochhalter snap, design quarterback run, right back up the middle. Hochhalter hits his offensive lineman and then still finds some wiggle room to go forward for about 4 yards. That'll make it 3rd down and 6 for Jamestown. Hochhalter with 4 yards on his first carry. 3rd down and 6 from the Fargo North 44-yard line. Make it the 43-yard line on the right hash. Need to get to the 37 from this spot. Empty once again for Hochhalter. 4 receivers to the left. Walters one-on-one to the right side. Hochhalter slant route too high, incomplete, and almost picked off on the backside. Jamestown, they had the matchup they wanted, unable to complete it. Sam Adams Vandal in coverage, and the Blue Jays are going to punt here on their opening drive, at least from the looks of it. Dosh is back deep to receive. 4th down and 6, 9:33 to go first quarter. Scoreless between Jamestown and Fargo North. Number 3 Blue Jays at number 5. Spartans. Snap, Hochhalter hauls it in, kicks it from his own 47-yard line. Dosh will field it off a hop inside the 10. Tries to cut up the middle. Colton Muse and Caden Michelson are there to wrap him up at the 14-yard line. So second offensive drive upcoming for Fargo North offensively. Neither side able to get going on their first attempt down the field. 3 and out for each team. And the Blue Jay defense trots back out there. Jamestown, Hochhalter with a 4-yard carry. 2 incompletions. Other side, a rush of -2 and a rush of -1 before Welk completed to Dosh for 2 yards. So first drives, not a whole lot brewing on either side for offense. Hauga's in the backfield, directly behind Welk. Miller is to the right of Welk in the pistol set. They'll give to Haugo, rather Welk keeps it, runs off the right side. He's got lots of space out in front. Got a nice block to lodge him past the 45-yard line. He's into Blue Jay territory and up across midfield at the 48. They'll mark him down officially at the 46 of Jamestown, and a 38-yard run as Welk pulls it out and puts Fargo North in good field position. Jamestown sold out on Haugo getting that football. Welk pulls it back, and it sets up 1st and 10 in Jamestown territory for the first time. Miller to the right, pistol set, Haugo in the backfield. Welk passing left side and in and complete. He was looking for Dave Schilling. Schilling had that one go off his hands and then drops it. Aiden Braun in coverage for Jamestown. 2nd down and 10 for Fargo North. We know what the Spartans want to do. Not as run heavy as Valley City is, but they want to run the football first and foremost. Those read options, just finding a way to get Haugo either downhill, straight up the middle, or we saw Welk on the outside. They also like to run things in space with their receivers. Back to the pistol. Welk, play action pass, pressure comes off his right side, throw up towards the left, and downfield for Schilling, incomplete. Aiden Braun in coverage, and Preston Gall laid the hit on Welk at the end of the play. 3rd down and 10.
3rd and 10 for the Spartans at the Blue Jay 46.
Aiden Braun, we've seen him at safety a lot this year, but sliding down to corner for Jamestown, and Coach Nelson said it in the pregame interview. When you've got somebody like Braun, who really started as the feature running back this year before that ankle injury, he's very physical, and he's an all-state wrestler. This guy, loads of talent, and he's tough to beat in one-on-one coverage. Shotgun set, tailbacks to either side, low snap, Welk back to pass, 5-man rush for Jamestown, throw wide open right side of the field, camping underneath it, and unable to make the catch is Jeremiah Sem. Sem could not have been any more open down the field. That was blown coverage from Jamestown, but Sem couldn't get underneath it as Welk's pass wobbled through the air. It's incomplete, 4th down and 10, and Jamestown catches a break because Sem would have been straight to the end zone for 6 points. Punt number 2 for Fargo North. This one comes from their own 40-yard line. Max Watson, rather Jim Miller, the one that punts it away. This is taken in by Tyson Jorson. He cuts upfield and across the 20-yard line to the 22. 12-yard return for Tyson Jorson. 2nd offensive drive for Jamestown. So a 38-yard rush by the quarterback Ethan Welk doesn't result in anything more for Fargo North on that drive. 2nd drive offensively for the Blue Jays. 8:31 to go in the first quarter. We are scoreless here from Hansen Stadium. Jamestown 107.1 Sports. You can search for that on YouTube or just look for Fargo North versus Jamestown with today's date. You can find us there as well. Shotgun set, Aiden Braun to the right of Hochhalter. 2 receivers left, high snap. Braun's going to have to go and track it down. He'll pick it up inside the 4-yard line, and then he's spun down at the 7. That's going to go for a loss of 15 yards for Jamestown. And unfortunately for Aiden Braun's sake, that's minus 15 to his total for this game on the high snap because he's the one who recovered it. 2nd down and 25 for Jamestown as we tick under 8 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Again, we're scoreless, Fargo North and Jamestown. Jaron Matheny with you here on 107.1 AM 1400 online at newsdakota.com. Also on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page, courtesy of Gun and Reel Sports, Johnny B's Brick House, and JRMC Orthopedics. Empty set, Hochhalter just going to try and run back up the middle. He'll bounce it out to the right side and just trying to pick his way through traffic. Did not have a lot of space, and Hochhalter is down at that line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 25 for the Blue Jays. And, you know, not a whole lot you can do if you're Jamestown in that sort of situation, because you're backed up off the snap. You lose it down and you lose 15 yards in the blink of an eye. And Jamestown trying to adjust on the fly. 3rd down and 25 for the Blue Jays from their own 7-yard line. Right side of the field, 2 receivers. See if they try to go verticals deep. Some pressure coming off the left. Hochhalter looking that side, throws out complete for Nate Walls, and Walls will push it up to the 16-yard line. That's a pickup of 9, but way short of the 1st down marker for the Blue Jays. Nate Walls with his first catch. First completion for Hochhalter. And Jamestown will be forced to punt. Hochhalter will boot this one away. 2 deep for Fargo North. Hochhalter boots it from his own 5-yard line, throws it to the 50, it bounced off a Spartan, and Jamestown's on top of it. Keeland couldn't hang on, and Tyson Jorison hops on the football. Muffed punt, and the Blue Jays recover. So a muffed punt by Keeland, and Jamestown with better field position first and foremost, but they'll get the ball back. On the 43-yard line on the right hash, it's 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays. 6:35 to go in the opening quarter. Braun empties out to the right side. Hochhalter all alone in the backfield takes the snap. 4-man rush. Hochhalter pump fakes, now rolls out to his left, looking downfield. He's got a man and completes to Nate Walls into Fargo territory and past the 40-yard line. It's a completion of almost 20 yards to Walls and a 1st down for the Blue Jays. It is 20 yards to Nate Walls, who is becoming one of the favorite targets for Peyton Hochhalter this year. Just a sophomore is Nate, but he has had an immense impact on this Jamestown team. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line of Fargo North. Approaching the midway point of the 1st quarter. Shotgun set. Braun is to the left of Hochhalter. Snap, give to Braun. He'll run past the right guard, now right tackle, stretching out wide past the 30 and churns those legs forward up to the 29-yard line. Jamestown, that's a 5-yard carry. 2nd down and medium upcoming for the Blue Jays. Like the offensive work there from Jamestown. Fire down the field. Nate Walls broke containment after Hochhalter escaped the pocket. 2nd and 5. The 29 of Fargo North. Working from left to right on your radio dial. Hochhalter, high snap again, corrals it, hands off to Braun. He goes left side, runs into Jim Miller. Not a nice body to meet on the other side of the hole. It's a pickup of 3 yards for Aiden Braun, and it's 3rd down and short upcoming for the Blue Jays. 5 minutes, 15 seconds, and the clock winding in the 1st quarter. Jays have made it onto that UJ logo. They'll need just past the 25. 3rd down and 2. Empty set. Bunched in tight, another high snap. Hochhalter will run back and just fall on it at the 50-yard line. Jamestown trouble at the center position right now, and that negates 21 yards from this drive, and Hochhalter will come back to kick it away. So 4th and 27. Hochhalter standing at his own 35-yard line will kick it away. Long snapper Aiden Heinley is in. This one is at the chest of Hochhalter. Right-footed boot towards the sideline. Keelan will let it bounce. Jorison tracks it down, taps it inside the 5, and Fargo North will start at their own 4-yard line on this drive. So the Blue Jays have done a nice job in special teams so far today, but some high snaps on offense cost Jamestown on that last drive. Blue Jay defense back out onto the field. One long play from scrimmage so far for Fargo North. That was the 38-yard run by Ethan Welk. We're scoreless, 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play, 1st quarter. Fargo North and Jamestown battling for position in the playoffs, home field advantage potentially. A lot is still on the line here tonight. Pistol set, Miller to the right, they'll hand to Howgo, and he is dropped in the backfield, loss of 2 yards. Jamestown coming off the outside, and for the Blue Jays, Preston Gall in on the stop. So a loss of 2 for Howgo.
Loss of a couple on the play.
2nd down and 12 for Fargo North, under 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Jamestown, Blue Jays center right now working with Ryan Kallenbach, the backup quarterback, going through his snaps. See if Jamestown makes a change at center, potentially. 2nd down and 12 for Fargo North. They went hard count, and Jamestown jumped into the neutral zone. We'll see if they were induced.
Prior to snap. Offside.
They were not.
Defense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So some breathing room for Fargo North to make it 2nd down and 7. Some frustration mounting on that Blue Jays sideline. They're not afraid to let it show. High expectations for a reason for this Jamestown team. Preseason #1, reigning state champions. Returned a lot of talent from that team a year ago. Missing some key pieces, of course, from last year's team, but trying to figure it out down the stretch run. Back under center now. Handoff right side, Howgo follows his fullback Miller, and he's dropped at the 11-yard line. So a pickup of 4 for Howgo. 3 carries now, no yards rushing. -4 through the first 2, picks up 4 there. 2nd down and 3 upcoming for Fargo North from their own 11-yard line. 20 seconds on the play clock, under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Spartans 5-3, Jamestown 6-2. Playoff type atmosphere tonight. Pistol set, low snap, play action. Welk rolling out right side. He'll dump it off for Miller. Miller's got the catch in the first down. He tiptoes out of bounds near the 20-yard line, and they'll mark him out at the 20. Miller with the catch and a 9-yard completion from Welk.
Gain of 10 on the play and a first down for the Spartans.
1st and 10 for Fargo North. And now whistles blowing in the secondary.
First and 10 for Fargo North from its own 19.
And now the clock will be stopped at 2:32. Play clock down to 10. Miller went out of bounds. Sem is the lone receiver on the left side for Fargo North. Bunched in tight otherwise. They'll hand off to the fullback Miller. He spins and picks up 5 yards on the first down carry. First carry for Miller as well. Now Jim Miller, he is one tough cookie to try and bring down. Just a big body for Fargo North to be able to run right up the middle. 5'11", 205 pounds, just a junior for Miller. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. We are scoreless between Fargo North and Jamestown. Shotgun set, tailback to either side. Welk back to pass, looking right. Now he's going to try to launch it deep. This ball was deflected, and Jamestown can't pick it off. Pressure off the backside from the Blue Jays. Got to Welk as he let that ball go. Jamestown sees a ball flutter out of the right hands of Welk. Muse on the pressure, and it's 3rd down and 5. We're starting to see and say Colton Muse's name a lot more over the course of the past 2 weeks. He's had a good season. We've seen him come out of games at times a little bit banged up, but it seems like he's really finding his stride at the right time of the year. Motion across the formation from Schilling. Welk back to pass on 3rd down and 5. Escapes the pocket, rolling left side. Ethan Gall trying to track him down. Throw back over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jamestown had Walters and Muse in the area. Welk let that ball go right before that line of scrimmage as well. And it's 4th down and 5. Fargo North will punt with 102 seconds left here in the first quarter. Still nothing. Top 5 teams in Class A. Tyson Jorison stands back at the 40-yard line. Caleb Shealy is at the 50. Miller, Gall nearly got his left hand on it. Up into the air, Jorison calling for the fair catch, and he fields it at the 46-yard line. Nice work by Tyson Jorison. Something that's, as we've already seen earlier tonight, never just an easy thing to do. And now the Blue Jays will have it on offense. Just over 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. First down and 10 from their own 46-yard line, right down the middle of the field. Hochhalter, shotgun set, Braun to his left. He'll take the snap, roll out left, throw back right side, looking down the field for Jackson Walters, and he couldn't quite haul it in. Walters was downfield. Hochhalter got it past the last defender. Jackson had to try and slide to make that catch. Incomplete pass. Second down and 10 for the Blue Jays. See if they get back to that rush attack with Aiden Braun, or maybe for Jamestown a little jet sweep action with Jorson. Second down and 10, approaching midfield. Hochhalter back to pass, quick look left side. They set up the screen that way, and now lined up in the neutral zone was Fargo North from the look of the officials.
Offside. Defense.
Offsides on the Spartans. Jamestown, free 5 yards. They'll take that, move across midfield to the Fargo North 49-yard line. Second down and 5. Shotgun. Walters, lone receiver to the right. Quarterback design run, big open hole for Hochhalter. He's got the first down and pushes to the 40-yard line of Fargo North. It's a gain of 9 for Hochhalter. Blue Jays move the chains on second down and 5. And now a minute and 20 seconds to go until the quarter break. We'll see how Jamestown approaches these next couple of plays. Miller in on the stop defensively for North. Minute to go in the first quarter. Still in the shotgun. Hochhalter with Braun to his right this time. Go hard count. Hochhalter back to pass. Pressure coming in. Pocket collapses. Hochhalter is taken down. And a loss of 4 yards on the sack for Fargo North. Brought pressure and got to Peyton Hochhalter.
Loss of 3.
Just a loss of 3 yards, though, as Hochhalter was able to maneuver his way back up in the pocket. Second down and 13 for the Fargo North 43-yard line. This could be the final play of the quarter. 8-second difference between the game clock and the play clock. They'll move Brown out to the right side, empty set. Hochhalter on second and 13. Snap, rolls that way. Braun's open in the flat. Jamestown will throw across the middle instead. Gall hauls it in. There is a flag down on the field as Preston Gall goes towards the left side. Some open space. He gets a block from Nate Walls. It'll be inside the 10-yard line depending upon the penalty, and Jamestown may have had a lineman downfield. And it looks to be the case. Blue Jays are upset. I don't think with the call, but with being downfield as an offensive lineman in that situation. Going to be a 5-yard penalty, make it second down and 18 for Jamestown to start the second quarter. We'll wait for official word here. Oh, holding.
Number 78. That's a 10-yard spot foul. Second down, we'll now have an untimed down.
So an untimed down to end the first quarter. Jamestown will be backed up to really where this drive started at their own 47-yard line. That'll make it second down and feels like forever to go. Second and 22. Untimed down here to end the first quarter. Scoreless between Fargo North and Jamestown. Hochhalter looking to the sideline for the play, and now Jamestown will scramble. Untimed down to end the first quarter. 3 receivers to the left. Braun is in the backfield. Quick pass out left side for Jackson Walters. He makes the catch, steps up to the 50-yard line, past midfield, and down at the Fargo North 49. So I'll pick up a 4 for Walters, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Nothing between Jamestown and Fargo North. Third down and about 18 upcoming for the Blue Jays. When we return from the quarter break, we're back with more Blue Jay football in 1 minute here at Hansen Stadium, scoreless after the first quarter.
New CNA wage. You could start at $21.25 per hour at SMP Health Ave Maria. Join our friendly team of healthcare professionals with no mandatory overtime, a 1-to-7 staffing ratio, paid time off, and excellent benefits including 401k. And wait, did we mention the $5,000 sign-on bonus for full-time CNA positions? Apply online at smphealth.org/Ave Maria. Again, earn $21.25 an hour starting at SMP Health Ave Maria of Jamestown. Apply at smphealth.org/Ave Maria.
Scoreless after the first quarter of play here from Hansen Stadium. Jaron Matheny, glad to be with you on 107.1 AM 1400. We're streaming live on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page as well. Big thanks to Jet to my right, part of the Blue Jay football team, for running the camera tonight for us. And a big thanks to our sponsors representing our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page, Johnny B's Brick House, JRMC Orthopedics, as well as Gun and Reel Sports. Watford City beating Horace earlier, 21-19. Grand Forks Red River still up. That game closing in on halftime against Dickinson. Third down and forever here for Jamestown, 3rd and 19 for the Blue Jays to start the second quarter. Back in empty for Hochhalter. Looks right now, throwing left up into the air. Jump ball for Preston Gall. He didn't see it, and it's incomplete. Hochhalter looking down the field. That ball had a chance, and I'm wondering if Preston may have lost that in the lights. So tried to look up for it. 4th down and 19 for the Blue Jays, and Jamestown will punt. After this punt, we'll check in with the second member of our crew, Kevin Gall, who's down on the sidelines once again. KG will talk with Coach Nelson at halftime and postgame. We'll have that for you. Hochhalter standing his own 35-yard line. Snap, kick are away. And Fargo North will let it bounce down. Jamestown will down this one at the 17-yard line. And we now check in with a third member of our crew, Kevin Gall.
Hey, Jaron, I think the story of the first quarter is negative plays. You know, our defense has got 6 men on the line of scrimmage, and we've had about 5 tackles for loss. And then for us, we're doing good things offensively. We just got to negate the negative plays, the snaps over the head and the penalties. So I think things are going pretty well for us right now.
Yeah, all things considered, thanks KG, second member of our crew. Of course, all season long, Kevin's been patrolling the sidelines for us. We appreciate his help all year, but he's right. This opening quarter, Jamestown, too many mistakes on their own end. Defense has played really well. Option, pitch out wide to the left side. On the carry this time is Williams. And Williams breaks a tackle, kicks it out to the right. John Williams in open space. He gets across midfield, across the 40-yard line into Jamestown territory. Williams looked like he ran out of real estate on the left side and then just kept tumbling forward. He picks up almost 50 yards on that rush. So the first carry for Williams, 53 yards. And Jamestown looked like they had him strung out after about a 10-yard gain. Instead, he picks up 53. New tailback, Haugo. He gets the carry left side. Jorson and Braun able to bring him down, but it's a 5-yard rush for Haugo. So Jamestown found a way to slow down that running attack, but some read option and some speed option that time to the left side broke Williams out. Trying to get some breathers for Jamestown defensively. 2nd down and 5 upcoming. Just a minute gone in this second quarter of play. Fargo North, probably the best field position we've seen from either team in terms of getting into the other side. Nobody's been in the red zone yet. Low snap. Welk throwing left side of the field. This one is up in the air, and Jamestown had a couple of blue jerseys around it. Incomplete. 3rd down and 6 upcoming for Fargo North. 10 minutes, 35 seconds, second quarter. We are scoreless. Spartans and Blue Jays playoff seeding implication on the line here tonight in Jamestown. These two sides could be meeting next week. All things considered, Fargo North wins here today. We're probably switching 4 and 5, and we'll probably be at Fargo next Friday. Blue Jays win. Who knows where Jamestown will end up? 3rd down and 6. Motion from Sem, left to right. Speed option, left side. Pitch it out wide for Howgo. He picks up the first down across the 20-yard line, and Fargo North becomes the first team into the red zone. A gain of 10 for Howgo and the Spartans. 1st down and 10 at the 16-yard line on the left hash.
1st and 10 North at the Blue Jay 16-yard line.
Oh, and Jamestown, this is the bend, don't break point in the game. Miller will stand to the right of his quarterback. And now Coach Nelson wants a timeout. Welk was next to Miller. Williams was in the backfield. Blue Jays want a timeout to talk things over. 9 minutes and 56 seconds to go until the halftime break. We are scoreless between Fargo North and Jamestown, but the Spartans are inside the red zone. 1st down and 10 coming up from the 16-yard line when we return to Hansen Stadium in 30 seconds.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Frank, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula. 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their great selection. Have they got frames? Over 1,000 pair for you to try. So many on hand you'll want a pair for every outfit. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today in Valley City, Jamestown, or Carrington. Professional eye care centers, clearly the best.
Hey, this is Peyton Hochhalter with Blue Jay Football. You're listening to Jamestown High School Football on KQDJ.
KQDJ 107.1 FM, 1400 AM, online at newsdakota.com, and streaming on our Jamestown 1071 Sports YouTube this evening. Jaron Matheny, glad you're with us here on the gym. 1st down and 10 for Fargo North inside the red zone. Ball is at the 17-yard line here for the Spartans out of the first timeout by the Blue Jays. Miller again to the right. They'll hand off to Williams. He bounces out to the right side. Jorison can't drag him down, and that big body of Williams is hard to bring down for Jamestown. John Williams with another nice carry. He picks up 4. Colton Muse in on the stop for Jamestown defensively. 2nd down, and we'll call it 6 upcoming. Trickle under 9.5 minutes to go, 2nd quarter. Fargo North coming in following a loss against West Fargo last week, but playing up to AA. Jamestown beating Horace last week, and we went hard count, but it looked like some motion on offense first for the Spartans. Fargo North is backing up. Felt like the tight end on the left side of the formation flinched. And indeed, Carter Zeller, tight end on the left of the formation. Just a hair too soon. And now 2nd down and 12 upcoming. Back to the Jamestown 18-yard line, so 2nd and 11 here for Fargo North. They'll need to reach just inside the 7-yard line. Back to the pistol set. Williams is directly behind Welk. Miller to the right. Run the read option. Welk keeps. Now a speed option involved to the left. Welk will keep, and Jamestown wraps him up after he picks up 4 yards, maybe 5. Welk, just his 2nd rush today. Picks up 5, 3rd down, and about 8 upcoming.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Well, 3rd down and 7 is what they'll officially call it. 8 minutes and 25 seconds. Clock winding here in the 2nd quarter. Nothing between Jamestown and Fargo North. And Jamestown's defense come up with a stop on 3rd down. Welk again, Miller to his left this time. Howgo's in the backfield. They'll give to Howgo. He follows his lineman to the left side, and Jamestown able to wrap him up right near that line of scrimmage. A gain of a yard for Howgo. And that makes it 4th down and a long 5 yards here for the Spartans. Field goal would be about 30 yards here, but it looks like Coach Rowland's going to roll the dice. Watson is the kicker. junior kicker Max Watson. A 30-yard field goal, not in the play right now for the Spartans. They need to get inside the 7-yard line. Have it at the 12 here on 4th down. Snap, fake the give, play action, roll right side, dump it off. Catch is made by Miller. He gets towards that 6-yard line. It's going to be very close. Hochhalter on the tackle. It will depend on the spot if it's enough for a first down. Far side official backing up. Near side official coming in, and it is enough for a first down. Just barely got it. Third completion for Welk. First down and goal for the Spartans from the 6-yard line. What's been a draining drive after the Williams 53-yard carry. Jamestown had them backed up inside their own 20. I formation, fullback offset to the left. Howe goes in the backfield, Welk back to pass. Jump ball, left side for Sem. He goes up, and did he make that catch? Unbelievable. Sem hauls it in. Jeremiah Sem with the touchdown catch. Welk finds him in the corner from 6 yards out, and the Spartans are on the board first here at Hansen Stadium. 12th passing touchdown of the year for Welk. Sim on the other side with a reception. That's his 6th touchdown of the season. Watson's point after. Pushed it right. Oh, that one snuck in. Looked from our vantage point like he pushed that one to the right. Goes just inside the uprights. Jeremiah Sim now leads the EDC in touchdown receptions this season. His 6th touchdown catch of the year puts Fargo North in front of Jamestown 7-0. 6 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the second quarter. We're back with Blue Jay football after this 30-second pause.
The Honda ATV lineup is here to prove it's possible to work smarter and harder. With the power to get the job done, the technology to make it easier, and tried and tested quality to keep you moving forward. Find the Honda ATV that fits your needs at Gun & Reel Sports on 1st Street West in downtown Jamestown. Then you'll start to understand how life is better on a Honda. For riders 16 years of age and older, Honda recommends that all ATV riders take a training course and read the owner's manual thoroughly.
Jamestown 107.1 AM 1400 and streaming live on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Blue Jays will have the football off the kickoff from Fargo North. Spartans score first. 6-yard touchdown pass from Welk to Jeremiah Sim, his 6th touchdown of the season. And he's now the leader in the EDC. Thank you for joining us on the radio side as well as on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Watson, nice kick, goes over the head of Jorson. Wind may have aided in that kick just a hair, but still got it up into the air for the touchback. And the Blue Jay offense will come out onto the field. Some Jamestown fans seem to be upset with the play early on from this side. We've talked all year about getting off the bus, or metaphorically getting off the bus and being ready to play. Coach Nelson continues to harp on that. And we'll see what he has to say at halftime with KG. Shotgun set, Hochhalter with Braun to his left, 3 receivers left side. Hochhalter, pass, look left, now he rolls out to his right. Looking downfield, pressure comes on him, he throws back towards the middle for Nate Walls, and he made a spectacular grab. Walls catches it at the 38-yard line, and a pickup of 18 yards. First down for the Blue Jays, Walls with his 2nd catch. A little bit of a dangerous pass there from Hochhalter coming back across his body, but it was Nate Walls who has been the sure-handed receiver of late for Jamestown. 7-0, Spartans lead the Blue Jays. 6.5 minutes to go, second quarter. Jamestown will get the football to start the third. Hand off to Braun. He follows his left guard, finds a little hole up the middle, and Braun squeezes through for 8 yards. So Aiden Braun, 8-yard carry, his longest rush of the day so far. 2nd down and 2 upcoming for the Blue Jays. And maybe that touchdown from Fargo North will send Jamestown back to reality a little bit on the offensive side. Just got to find a way to put up points and connect on those deep passes down the field. We've seen it at times this year, just not as consistent. North jumped into the neutral zone. No flags came out. Hochhalter will take the snap. QB run past the 50-yard line. He's got the first down and a pickup of 5 yards. I'm not sure what the officials were waiting on there. The Fargo North defensive lineman jumped into the neutral zone and then gave himself up. He just sat in the neutral zone. We didn't see a flag. Adam Jarsky, or rather Peter Davis, the one that jumped into the neutral zone, sat right over the football, and then Jamestown picked up the first down anyway. 1st and 10 from the Fargo North 46. Roll out left side for Hochhalter, looking downfield. He's got Walls out towards the sideline, floats it for him, but to no avail. 2nd down and 10 for the Blue Jays. Much harder for Hochhalter rolling to his left to try and flail one back across his body. Talked about Preston Gall, Jackson Walters will continue their athletic careers at UJ playing football. Hochhalter, football, baseball, University of Jamestown. So the Jimmies are keeping them home, and the local kids are staying home. It's a good sign for UJ. 2nd down and 10, play clock down to 3. Hochhalter giving to Braun, and we've got a flag and a false start on the Blue Jays. It's Tyson Jorison, the wide receiver, who flinched. 2nd down and 15. Blue Jays move back across the 50-yard line at their own 49. And Kevin Gall will check in with Coach Nelson at the halftime break. We'll have him post-game as well, win or loss for Jamestown here tonight, and what could determine a lot of things going forward in 11A the rest of this year for postseason implications. Back to the shotgun, 2nd down and 15. Hochhalter gives to Braun. He goes right side, tries to spin back towards that offensive line and got nowhere, just back to the line of scrimmage. No yards for Braun on his 5th carry. 3rd down and 15, less than 5 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter.
3rd down and 15 for the Blue Jays from the Jamestown 49.
High school football on a Thursday night. It's a sports equinox tonight. NHL, MLB, NFL, NBA, all in action. But we've got you covered here with high school football. From the 50, 2nd down, make it 3rd down and 14. Hochhalter back to pass, rifles one towards the middle and nearly intercepted on the back end. Went through the hands of Tyson Jorison, and then it was almost picked off in the secondary. Keeland couldn't quite scoop it off the turf. Hochhalter to punt. Jamestown offense sputtering here against the Spartans. Welk, the quarterback, is back deep to receive with Keelan. Welk will call for the fair catch. This one goes off his hands. He'll pick it up at the 10-yard line, and the Blue Jays get to him at the 10. So a nice punt from Hochhalter. Josh Robertson flies down the field, picks up the tackle, and now Fargo North back deep in their own territory once again, have it at 1st down and 10 from their own 10-yard line. So Robertson gets the tackle. Welk has a run of 38 yards. Williams with a run of 53 yards. Fargo North hasn't had a lot outside of those 2 big carries, but right at 100 yards or right past it. Shanley leads St. Mary's 63-7 in the 4th quarter. If you caught that from Mark McKenzie, that is flexing your muscle, and St. Mary's is in trouble. Timeout for Fargo North before their 1st down play. 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line. We're back in 30 seconds with more Blue Jay football here on 107.1 and our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Where do teams go to get their custom printed apparel?
Originals!
Where do companies go to get their corporate logo printed on shirts, caps, and jackets?
Originals, of course.
And where do fans go to get their Blue Jay and Jimmy apparel either off the rack or single-piece prints?
Originals! Originals!
There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals, 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. 30-second timeout for Fargo North. They've got 2 remaining here in the first half of play. Spartans 7, Blue Jays nothing. Jamestown 107.1 AM 1400 online on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Just look Jamestown 107.1 Sports on YouTube or search today's date with Jamestown versus Fargo North high school football. It's a handoff for Jim Miller. He goes right behind his center, and Miller steamrolls downhill for a pickup of 7 yards on 1st and 10. The plays are starting to add up for Fargo North, too, in this first half. Hasn't been a lot in one drive, but you start tacking on these runs and bleeding the clock the way that the Spartans are doing, and it gives you a lot of room as this game goes on, trying to wear out that Blue Jay defense. Pistol set. Botch snap, it's on the ground. Jamestown trying to get back on top of it. Welk jumped back on it. A low snap from the Spartans, loses 3 yards. Makes it 3rd down and about 6. So Welk went down to try and pick that ball off the turf, and he just had to lay flat out on it. Jamestown almost gifted perfect field position. Play clock dwindling down to 10. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go, second quarter. Spartans are going to have to hurry here. 3rd down and 5. See if Welk recognizes the play clock is at 2. He gets the snap. Play action. Roll it out left side. Miller's out in the flat. They'll get it to him. Miller reception. Jamestown unable to push him down before the sticks. They had him wrapped up, and then Miller stays on his feet, picks up 6 yards for the first down. Up to the 20, enough to move the chains. And now Fargo North is in a spot where 2:46 to go. Clock is stopped right now, but you run the football here. See if you can march your way down the field and keep Jamestown's defense on the field for the final 2:46. Miller to the right, pistol set. Williams in the backfield, and Jamestown jumped on the hard count. 5 free yards for the Spartans. So offside there on Jamestown. Let's head back down to the field and check in with the second member of our crew, Kevin Gall. KG, what are you seeing down there?
Jaron, kind of going off what you said earlier about the defense being out there a lot, we just got to make a play. I mean, we've had 2 or 3 plays where our receivers have dropped the ball, and our defense just right there, I mean, gave them 5 free yards. We got to be a little more solid.
Yeah, a little bit more discipline down on the field could go a long way. Thanks, KG. As handoff to Miller. They'll go fullback dive back up the middle. Miller picking up 2 yards. And because of that free 5 yards, this makes it a whole lot more manageable for Fargo North here to try and pick apart this clock leading into halftime. They're going to have to hit the big play at some point, but right now Jamestown's defense, some hands on hips, and rightfully so. They've been out there a long time. Felt like a lot of 3 and outs for the offense. 2nd down and 2. Welk keeps, pitches it out to the right. Haugen holds on to it. Haugo, and he loses 4 yards. So Haugo on the carry. A loss of 4. 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and 4 upcoming. So Haugo really only lost a yard there in all respects. 1:40 until the break. See if Jamestown calls a timeout. If they get a stop here, have to think they will. Play clock at 6. Here's the snap. Looking out, right side. Pass is picked off. He threw it right to Nate Walls, and Walls is streaking down the sideline towards the end zone. He hangs onto the football, and he's out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Sem did not turn around to look for the football, and Welk just threw it out his way. Jamestown picks it off, and Nate Walls makes another big play on defense. 34-yard return for Walls, and it's 1st and goal from the 1-yard line for the Blue Jays. Jamestown going jumbo set. Robertson's in front of Hochhalter. Empty for Hochhalter. 1:23 to go Second quarter, Hochhalter takes the snap. He goes straight to the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Jays. So a turnover created by Nate Walls and a 1-yard touchdown for Peyton Hochhalter. Blue Jays are an extra point away from tying this one up, and KG just said it, had to go make a play on defense, and that's exactly what Jamestown does. Nate Walls watching the quarterback, and unfortunately for Fargo North, Welk was trying to hit Sem on a quick route. Sem was streaking down the field, and Walls picked it off, took it all the way to the 1. High snap, but Sleto's PAT is through the uprights, and we are tied at 7 with 1:19 to go in the second quarter. Blue Jays will get the ball up to start the second half as well. That is a huge swing for Jamestown with just 79 seconds to go until the break. We'll keep it right here on 107.1. AM 1400, again, online at newsdakota.com. That's where you can catch your post-game report. You can also check out what's happening in our local sports broadcast schedule for the rest of this week. Highliners take on Fargo South tomorrow. That game on KOVC with Ryan Cunningham. We'll have postseason football on Saturday. 9-man football on Q101. Lamore Litchfield Marion takes on Maple River. Mark McKenzie, Van Steeman will have the call of that one. Oaks faces off against Thompson. That will be on KDDR 1220 a.m. That's a 2 p.m. kickoff for Oaks and Thompson. University of Jamestown football will wrap up their season at home on Saturday at 1 p.m. Hansen Stadium. We'll have that game right here on 107.1 and JimmyPride.com. 7-7, Fargo North and Jamestown tied. 1:19 to go, second quarter. Nate Walls with a play of the first half for the Blue Jays. Jelberg tees it up. We know Jamestown is without a couple defensive and really offensive pieces too that they'd like to have in this game. But getting ready for next week. This one spinning, drops down at the 25. Blue Jays got a chance at this one on the turf. Bodies are everywhere. It looked like a white jersey got in there first, but we'll see, and it is Fargo North football. Spartans able to recover. That was a wicked kick, spinning all sorts of, it wasn't horizontal, it wasn't vertical, it was diagonal spin on that football and the kick, and Fargo North just pounces on top of it. 75 seconds to go until the break. 2 timeouts for Jamestown, 2 timeouts for Fargo North. Blue Jays, Nate Walls, 34-yard interception, takes it down to the 1. Hochhalter quarterback rush from there. Out of the shotgun, makes it 7-7 off of Sleto's PAT. Pistol set. Haugo is the tailback. They'll pitch it out wide to the left for Haugo. He finds an open room following Miller, and Haugo 6 or 7 yards on that carry, stumbling forward, and Caden Michelson, the one who finishes off the tackle for Jamestown. So Haugo picks up 7. And now, with 53 seconds to go, Jamestown's going to take a timeout. 1 remaining for the Blue Jays. They'll whistle it dead with 51 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A 30-second break and the rest of the first half coming your way right after this here on 107.1.
Paying your energy bill the old-fashioned way takes a lot of steps, including all those steps to the mailbox. ePay from Otter Tail Power Company is an easier way to manage your account anytime, anywhere, even from your mobile phone. It's free. It's easy. Take the first step. Enroll at otpco.com/epay. Otter Tail Power Company. On for you.
Jamestown 7, Fargo North 7. Class A, 11A football. Blue Jays and Spartans battling for home field potentially to open up the playoffs next week. We could see these two sides squaring off right back here at Hansen Stadium in 8 days from now. It's a very real possibility. 51 seconds left in the second quarter. Jamestown has 1 timeout left, 2 timeouts remaining for Fargo North. Motion Miller out to the right side, back to pass. Welk's going to let it go down the middle of the field. Hochhalter nearly picked it off, playing safety over the top and just playing center field that time again. And we're looking to go deep for Zeller. Incomplete pass by Welk. 3rd down and 4 upcoming. Fargo North taking a 7-0 lead. Jamestown's offense really didn't have a whole lot going through the first half, but the defense comes up with a big stop. Can they get another one here? 3rd down and 4. 45 seconds, low snap, keep for Helk, back up the middle, and Welk is stopped by Michelson and Walters. Coach Nelson wants the timeout. 4th down and what would be 2 upcoming. Welk with a 2-yard carry. Jamestown takes the timeout. Final timeout of the first half. And you got to think Fargo North is going to be punting here just because you roll the dice and go for it and don't get it. You really give Jamestown a chance to sandwich in 3 scores between the end of the first half and the start of the second half if Jamestown can get the ball and go down and score to start the 3rd quarter. You defer. Already got a chance for the Blue Jays here to go into the half at 7-7, feeling pretty good about where you're standing for the time being because the offense didn't have a whole lot of momentum. That defense has been stout, though, for the Blue Jays here tonight. Couple of big runs for Fargo North. One of them ends up hurting. The other one did not. Just got to find a way to keep chopping in this game if you're Jamestown. Hochhalter with a 1-yard touchdown run. Jeremiah Sim, the 6-yard touchdown reception. Blue Jays will send 2 deep to receive. Miller to punt this one deep. Sheely stands at the Jamestown 35-yard line. Miller into the air deep for Jorison, who will go back and field it over his head at the 20, run backwards to the 15, now trying to stretch it far side of the field. Jorison breaks 1 tackle, and then he's hit hard at the 30-yard line. Fortunate to hang on to that football. 24 seconds left until the halftime break. Blue Jays will see what they do offensively here. And we've seen a couple of high snaps in the first half. I'm going to be interested to see what Coach Nelson thinks about the high snaps so far, and what's got to be different. Looks like it's Romsdahl at center right now for Jamestown. 3 receivers left. Walters to the right. Braun stands beside Hochhalter in the shotgun. 24 seconds to play first half. 7-7 Jamestown and Fargo North. Low snap, they'll hand to Braun, left side, Aiden Braun, and he will fall forward to the 37-yard line. Fargo North, they're patient. Jamestown looking to the sideline. Blue Jays won't run another play. So Braun picks up 6 yards, and that's how we end the first half of play. Jamestown 7, Fargo North 7. Blue Jays get a big turnover on defense. Nate Wall's 34-yard return all the way to the 1-yard line, and that gave Jamestown a shot to get in the end zone. And now here we are at 7-7 at the halftime break. Let's head down to the sideline. KG is standing by with Coach Nelson.
Bill, I said to Pat Walters over here right before the turnover, I said to Pat Walters, we're going to get a pick 6 right here. And that was a big play, obviously, for us in the first half.
It's a good football game, huh? Made some mistakes, but we're still battling. We're still right there. Yep. Hey, Nate Walls made a great play on the ball. We didn't get in, but we punched it in the next play. Tight ball game. We got a whole half football to play. We knew this was going to be a battle. There was going to be nothing easy about it. We made a few mistakes. 7-7 our ball, second half.
So football coaches say you got to stop the run and prevent turnovers, create a few turnovers, and play good special teams. I think that kind of holds true for the second half for the Blue Jays, right?
It is. We just got to capitalize on offense. They showed some option stuff that they haven't really seen. We'll go through the rules and who's got what and a little bit of miscommunication stuff. But like I said, you're sitting 7-7. We get the ball.
I'd pay to watch this game.
Hey.
Good luck, Bill. Have a good second half.
Football, high school football, right?
All right. Back to you, Jaron.
Thanks, KG. Appreciate our thanks to Coach Nelson as well for joining us here on our halftime show leading into the halftime break. Fargo North 7, Jamestown 7. We're going to step aside, take a 4-minute break. When we return, we'll go through your first half stats. Look forward to the second half of action. Take a look at the other scores from around North Dakota today as we get ready for playoff football this weekend for Class B, and 8 days from now, playoff football for Class A. Back to Hansen Stadium in 4 minutes with your halftime report here on 107.1.
What would life be like without telephones, internet, and digital cable? Let's not even go there. Dakota Central is proud to be the local company that provides you with these high-tech communication options. Whether it's the crystal clear telephone connection, the digital cable that produces over 150 channels, HD and DVR, or reliable high-speed internet, Dakota Central provides it all, serving Jamestown and Carrington and beyond. Call 952-1000, 652-3184, or see them on the web at dakotacentral.com.
Hey, this is Sean from the Jamestown Country Club. Thanks for a great season, the largest turnout ever for the FCCU Labor Day Classic. Congratulations to our champion, Brian Meyer. With that said, the Country Club is still open and enjoyable for great fall golf. Come out and enjoy a nice cool round of golf and a cold beverage before the season ends. And it's never too early to think about next year's season. The Country Club is offering memberships already, and make your purchase before October 31st. You'll receive 5 free guest passes.
You know you don't really want that hurry-up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need, because we're not satisfied until you are. Different? You bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmies from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
This is Clint with RM Stout. It's been a long road, but the auto industry is beginning to turn. We've noticed an uptick in new lot inventory. It's been years since we've seen this many new vehicles on the lot. With more new vehicles available, prices of used cars have and will continue to decrease, with nearly 100 used trucks and SUVs to choose from here at RM Stout. If you still don't find what you're looking for, we can special order one of our 35 new car models within our 6 brands. I'll let you do the math, but from what I can tell, we have plenty of options for you to upgrade your ride at RM Stout for the best value.
New CNA wage. You could start at $21.25 per hour at SMP Health Ave Maria. Join our friendly team of healthcare professionals with no mandatory overtime, a 1-to-7 staffing ratio, paid time off, and excellent benefits including 401k. And wait, did we mention the $5,000 sign-on bonus for full-time CNA positions? Apply online at smphhealth.org/Ave Maria. Again, earn $21.25 an hour starting at SMP Health Ave Maria of Jamestown. Apply at smphhealth.org/Ave Maria.
There's only one place to go when you need to fill up. Your hometown Cenex store Superstop. Whether you're filling up with gasoline or beverages or snacks, you can be sure that you will get helpful, energetic service. That's because Cenex stores are locally owned with a long tradition of serving communities in this part of the country. And they sell high-quality gasoline and diesel fuels that you can depend on. Cenex, our energy comes through. Get a Superstop gas discount card and receive 3 cents off with every fill-up. Superstop, North Jamestown.
No matter where you live, you should have access to high-quality health care. Jamestown Regional Medical Center's orthopedic and sports medicine team offers care for hips, shoulders, knees, and toes. When an injury occurs, teams need care quickly. That's why the JRMC orthopedic team promises same-day and next-day appointments. Schedule direct at jrmcnd.com or call 952-4878.
Jamestown Regional Medical Center will never stop building for you.
How are you doing? Really? How are you doing? Are you taking the time to check in on you? A real check-in. Scheduling a wellness visit is an easy way to take care of yourself. At Essentia Health, we want to know how you're doing. We want to help. Whether it's face-to-face or a virtual appointment, the right care is waiting for you. We'll listen, assess how you are, and get you back on track. It's always good to check in. Care like nowhere else. Essentia Health. Schedule online at essentiahealth.org.
Hey, I heard you're having knee surgery soon.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the recovery and I have no idea where to go.
In North Dakota, we can go wherever we want for physical therapy.
Wait, even without a doctor's referral?
Even without a doctor's referral. It's what I did after my knee surgery.
Well, where did you go?
I went to Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness. The staff is so fun and all of their PTs had their doctorate in physical therapy. My PT tailored my rehab to my specific goals so that I was able to get back to doing the things that I love.
To get started on your road to recovery, call 952-2739 for Jamestown or 883-5611 for the Lemoore Clinic.
AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296HH Jamestown.
Well, a very interesting first half between Jamestown and Fargo North. It is 7-7. Blue Jays and Spartans tied at the end of the first half of play. Jaron Matheny, glad you're with us here on 107.1 AM 1400, online at newsdakota.com, streaming live on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. That's courtesy of JRMC Orthopedics. Gun and Reel Sports, as well as Johnny B's Brick House. Well, these two sides pretty even through the first half of play, with one exception. The rushing totals for Fargo North higher than Jamestown in the first half, and that was because a couple of high snaps early on for the Blue Jays. 2 high snaps result in negative 35 yards for Jamestown in that first half of play, and Peyton Hochhalter ends with negative 5 yards rushing. Aiden Braun with 7 yards rushing, so you do the math from there if you add 35 to that total. Jamestown being in a little bit better position with 37 yards, but still not a lot happening on offense in the first half. For Hochhalter through the air, 4 for 10. 51 yards, and he had that 1-yard touchdown rush. On the other side, for Fargo North, a couple of big runs, one of them for Williams, and John Williams, the senior, broke through to the left side and then bounced off a couple of tacklers in a huge pile and strung it out wide past the 50. He picked up 53 yards there, 2 carries for 57 yards for Williams in the first half. And on the quarterback side of things, Welk had that other big carry for 38 yards. He finishes the first half with 42 yards on the ground. Jim Miller, 15 yards on 3 carries. And then Haugo, who really was the top back coming into play today for Fargo North. Jamestown has held him in check so far. 19 yards for Haugo on 8 carries in that first half of play. For Welk through the air, 4 for 11, 28 yards, and the touchdown pass to Jeremiah Sim. Sim's 6-yard touchdown catch was his 6th touchdown of the season receiving, and that's the most by a receiver in the EDC so far this year. Fargo Shanley defeats St. Mary's 70-14. That is a final score, and that is big-time trouble for St. Mary's because the Saints trying to stay in that QRF rankings, and if Century now wins tonight over Bismarck High, that may be enough to push Century past St. Mary's in the QRF rankings, but you never know because nobody wants to explain how all the math is done. And in theory, St. Mary's just went and played a Shanley side that's way higher than them in the QRF. That could result in a bump for St. Mary's, a decrease for Shanley, despite Shanley blowing out St. Mary's 70-14. It's 7-7 here. Red River leads Dickinson 39-0 at the end of the third quarter. Minot High 10, West Fargo 3. That is at the half as well. And that looks to be about it from the scores we have from across the area, at least so far. Through the first half of play between Jamestown and Fargo North. We'll try to get you a score between Century and Bismarck High. Again, the Demons are trying to avoid going 0-9 this season. Century is just trying to make the playoffs, and then, of course, Century gets the playoffs. They'll cause all sorts of chaos from there. Fairly certain of that. So Red River beating up on Dickinson. That is 39-0 after the end of the third quarter. Watford City beat West Fargo Horace earlier today, 21-19. We do have an halftime update. Century leads Bismarck High 16-0. Peyton Arndt, 16 carries, 95 yards, and 1 score for Century. Let's look at your scores from across the state of North Dakota. The first half of play. Second half action is coming up here for the Blue Jays and Spartans. Stay with us, 107.1 AM 1400 and online on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. We appreciate all the love this evening. Again, JRMC Orthopedics, Johnny B's, Brick House, and Gun and Reel Sports are our presenting sponsors. You can always find the latest in your local sports broadcast schedule, as well as local sports from Jamestown, Valley City, Oaks, Carrington, as well as Lisbon and Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion at newsdakota.com. 7-7 at the end of the first half here in Jamestown from Hansen Stadium. What could be the final game at home this year for the Blue Jays, depending upon how this one shakes out. First half, a little bit lackluster. The offense really hasn't got anything moving for Jamestown through the first 24 minutes of play. Fargo North on the other side, a couple of big runs, getting to them to where they need to be, but this game is fully up for grabs, and usually that favors the home team in one way or another. Jamestown will get the football to begin the third quarter of play, and Coach Rowland and Coach Nelson will square off with the knowledge that these two teams could be meeting up again next week. It just kind of depends, again, how the QRF rankings shake themselves out, and I wish we could give you some more insight. Coach Nelson, he said it in the pregame interview, he's got 2 math teachers on his staff. They're trying to figure it out. It's just not a system that's conducive to a lot of people knowing, apparently, what kind of math goes behind that. We saw Jamestown be the number 2 team in the QRF rankings last year. St. Mary's got the number 1 spot. Jamestown did lose 2 games last year St. Mary's only lost one, but that one loss was to Jamestown. I think the frustrating thing for Blue Jay fans is going to be if they finish the year 7-2, beat Fargo North tonight, Grand Forks Red River finishes the year 7-2, and they somehow get a higher QRF ranking than Jamestown, even though the Blue Jays beat Red River to start the season. Those are the things that just don't make sense to me about the ranking process, and everything could work out, and it could not matter at all. But if you beat a team during the regular season and you've got the same record at the end of the year, it just doesn't seem fit that you are, below them in the standings. But we'll just kind of see how things shake out after this one. 7-7 at the halftime break. Jamestown and Fargo North are tied up. We'll have to determine a winner here tonight, and then we'll worry about the rest of that when we get into next week. Reminder, Valley City is taking on Fargo South tomorrow night. KOVC Ryan Cunningham will be on the call for that one, and what is a big-time matchup for both South and Valley City. South could potentially be hosting all the way through the postseason as well. End of the first half here. Jamestown 7, Fargo North 7. We'll step aside for 2.5 minutes, back with second half action right after this here on 107.1 and our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Where do teams go to get their custom printed apparel?
Originals!
Where do companies go to get their corporate logo printed on shirts, caps, and jackets?
Originals, of course.
And where do fans go to get their Blue Jay and Jimmy apparel either off the rack or single-piece prints?
Originals! Originals!
There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals, 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays.
For generations, Unison Bank has been your community bank. At Unison Bank, we offer our customers prompt and personalized service while providing financial solutions for your unique, individualized needs. For all your personal or banking business needs, choose Unison Bank as your local financial institution. Go ahead. Stop by our branch in Jamestown or visit unisonbank.com for more information. Member FDIC.
The Honda ATV lineup is here to prove it's possible to work smarter and harder. With the power to get the job done, the technology to make it easier, and tried and tested quality to keep you moving forward. Find the Honda ATV that fits your needs at Gun and Reel Sports on 1st Street West in downtown Jamestown. Then you'll start to understand how life is better on a Honda. For riders 16 years of age and older, Honda recommends that all ATV riders take a training course and read the owner's manual thoroughly. Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777. Where do you find the friendliest staff, largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But what if you can't go to the store? Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at GoHugos.com. Choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace online shopping at GoHugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
This is Senior Colton Muse, and you're listening to your home for Blue Jay football, Jamestown 107.1.
Your home for Blue Jay football, Jamestown 107.1. Second half is ready to go. Watson will put this one on the tee. We'll see his leg for just the second time today. First kick was in this direction, went through the back of the end zone, and resulted in a touchback. 57 degrees right now. Beautiful night in Jamestown at Hansen Stadium. Wind out of the north at 10 miles per hour. Watson has it on the tee, kicking from left to right. Second half is underway. Aiden Braun will field it inside the end zone, so that's an automatic touchback. So Jamestown will take it at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays. Again, the offense didn't have a lot rolling for them in the first half of play. We'll see how they come out in the second half. Nate Wall's 34-yard interception was the biggest play on offense, really, and it came on defense. 4 receivers to the left side, empty set for Hochhalter. Walters is split wide to the right. Hochhalter takes the snap, 4-man rush, quick pass left side, completion for Nate Walls, and he picks up the first down. Quick pitch and catch. Walls with his third catch. Easy completion for Hochhalter to start the second half. Just trying to get him in rhythm early in this half, and that can let you kind of figure some things out down the field as this game goes on. Third quarter, Blue Jays 7, Spartans 7. All sorts of seeding on the line here tonight. Hochhalter gives to Braun. He'll follow his right guard, put his head in the hole, and falling forward, most importantly, to the 35. Braun picks up 5 yards, and the Blue Jays, 2nd down and 5 upcoming. QRF rankings are very tight at the top. 2 through 4 could land anywhere in that range. Shotgun snap, Hochhalter looking over the middle, can't find anybody, rolls out left, now he'll fire for Jackson Walters. Got 2 feet down just in front of the 50-yard line. That's an NFL catch as Walters makes the reception. 13 yards, first down for Jamestown. So Walters on the grab for Jamestown. 1st and 10 at their own 49. Motion from Jorison. They'll fake the sweep, give to Braun. He goes right side and again stumbles his way forward into Fargo North territory up to the 45. It's a pickup of 6 for Braun. 2nd down and 4 upcoming for Jamestown. When you can do that on 1st down and find ways to run up front, especially with Aiden Braun and how he's continued to, most importantly, fall forward, that's a big help for Jamestown. Play action. Hochhalter going to air it out right side of the field, trying to get Walters down the field. Jackson hauls it in inside the 5-yard line. Big connection for the Blue Jays and a pickup of 40 yards. Hochhalter 3 for 3 through the air to start the second half. Walters hauls it in for his 4th catch. At the 3-yard line. Hochhalter with Robertson in front of him. Roll right side. Hochhalter now passing to the end zone for Walters. He hangs on. Touchdown, Blue Jays. They ran with the quarterback off that play earlier. This time, Hochhalter finds Walters 4 yards out. Blue Jays strike to start the 3rd quarter. And Jamestown has their first lead today. 13-7, point after pending here for Sarah Sleto. Camo night down in the student section for the Blue Jays, and they're going crazy.
This is off a 6-play, 80-yard drive.
6 plays, 80 yards. Sarah Sleto to attempt the point after. Kallenbach gets it down. Sleto's PAT is good again, and it's 14-7. Jamestown leading Fargo North. 10 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. More Blue Jay football is coming your way right after the break here on 107.1 AM 1400 and online at newsdakota.com.
When it comes to farm equipment, there's no such things as an inexpensive repair, and there's no downtime. That's why it pays to get the Cenex Total Protection Plan warranty. It gives you unsurpassed coverage with no deductible for up to 10 years, 10,000 hours. Plus, you'll be protecting your equipment with Cenex premium fuels and lubricants. You can even get the Total Protection Plan for your used equipment. Contact Gary at Creative Energy in Jamestown, your certified Cenex distributor today.
Hochhalter finds Jackson Walters, and the Blue Jays have their first lead of the day. 14-7, Jamestown leading Fargo North. That drive just 1 minute and 37 seconds. 6 plays, 80 yards, and a Jamestown touchdown. Jackson Walters, 5 catches today. Kickoff for Louis Gelberg. Williams runs underneath it, and he's met by Jorison at the 25-yard line. Jamestown sends Williams out of bounds. And it's 1st down and 10 upcoming for Fargo North as the Spartans will have their first drive on offense here in the second half of play. Well, Peyton Hochhalter, just 4 completions in the first half, but he goes 4 for 4 on that drive. And the Blue Jays get into the end zone. He had more passing yards on that drive than he did in the entire first half. Williams comes out as the tailback for Fargo North. Welk. Motion from Sem. They'll fake the jet sweep, hand to Williams. And Williams has found the open hole for Fargo North. A pickup of 6 yards for Josh Williams to start the second half on offense for Fargo North as we go down to under 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. Second and 4 for the Spartans. Their own 31-yard line on the right hash. Blue Jays, that 3-4 look defensively. Preston Gall will stack up towards the heavy side on the right for the Spartans. Shotgun set. They'll drag out that read option. Miller gets the carry, and Jamestown stacks him up just in front of the line to gain. 3 yards for Miller, but it's third down. Colton Muse ends up finishing it off. Nate Walls and Jackson Walters also over there on the stop. So Miller picks up 3, third down and 1. We've seen Fargo North. This is really more of a pro-style offense than you would give it credit for. It feels 49ers-esque, the way they like to run the football. And they'll hand off to Miller here. Jamestown again had him stacked up in the backfield. It looks like they kept him short. Miller on the carry, gets half a yard, and it is fourth down. No gain. Fourth down and inches, and Fargo North going to go for it. The officials are looking. It is fourth down. They'll need to get to the 35, just past the 34. 8 minutes, 35 seconds, third quarter, and the biggest play of the game so far on fourth and inches. If you're Jamestown, you cannot jump into the neutral zone here. Be wary. They'll stack up towards the middle. And we got a timeout taken by Fargo North just before the snap. It looked like the Spartans may have had enough for the first down, but it also looked like there was some miscommunication between the center and quarterback. That could be a big timeout taken by the Spartans here in the first half of play. 2 timeouts remaining for Fargo North. It's fourth down and less than 1 yard upcoming for the Spartans at their own 34-yard line. 14-7, Jamestown leading Fargo North. Again, the Spartans, in terms of the QRF rankings, are pretty set in that number 5 spot. Wahpeton, the only team that could pass them. They host Turtle Mountain tomorrow on what should be a win for Wahpeton. But again, like we talked about earlier, because Turtle Mountain's QRF score is so low, it's probably not going to be a positive thing for Wahpeton at the end of it. So North, win or loss, you're looking from 5 upward. A win, you should be hosting a playoff game if you're Fargo North after tonight. And then Jamestown, you look down and you may want help from Valley City when all is said and done, because if the Highliners beat Fargo South, then South, in theory, should drop. It just, there's so much wackiness. Fourth and less than a yard once again. Back under center. Welk handing off right side. Williams has the first down in the big hole off to the right. He bounces it wide past the 50-yard line. Now into Jamestown territory up to the 36 before he's shoved out of bounds. And Williams rumbles down for 30 yards. And a first down for Fargo North. Williams with his second long carry of the game. And he's now at 91 yards rushing on just 4 carries. That's a great average. Anybody would take that. Pistol, Miller to the right. Haugo now in the backfield. Counter left side, and Ethan Gall meets Haugo in the backfield. Loss of 5 yards. Haugo's first carry of the second half, and Jamestown bounces into the backfield. Gall tosses him back. Second down and 15. 7:50 and counting in the third quarter. 14-7, Blue Jays on top. Glad you're with us here on 107.1, our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Big thanks to Jet running the camera for us once again this evening. Play action pass. Welk steps up in the pocket, floats it over the middle for Sem. He goes down, makes the catch, nobody in front of him. And for the second time today, Jeremiah Sem is in the end zone. Touchdown, Fargo North, and a 41-yard touchdown pass. Sem for the second time today, and now the Spartans are a PAT away from tying this ball game back up. Second time that we've seen Sem get behind the secondary. Watson will attempt the PAT. Welk holding, point after, right down Main Street. Watson converts, and it's 14-14. Jamestown and Fargo North are tied with 7 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the third quarter. Spartans take a timeout, then convert a 4th and 1 with a 30-yard rush from Williams. Just 2 plays later, they find the end zone on 2nd down and 15. Jeremiah Sem with his 7th touchdown catch of the season. The leader in the EDC this year. And Jamestown will get the football back in a 14-14 ball game. Two sides very evenly matched here at Hansen Stadium. Jorison and Braun back deep to receive. Watson to kick it from the far hash. Look for a good kick return here for Jamestown. Make sure you're on your toes up front for a potential onside. You just never know. We saw it last week with Horace. Watson boots it deep. Braun fields it at the 2-yard line, so he can return. He'll run up the right side of the field. Some open space for Aiden Braun as he goes towards the Fargo North sideline, and he's slung down at about the 32. We see a flag out of the pocket of the official, but no call incoming. Must have just fallen out. 31-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays as Colton Muse hops off the field for Jamestown. A little bit hobbled there for Muse as he came off the field for the Blue Jays. 1st down and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Shotgun set. Braun to the left of Hochhalter, who rolls out left side. Hochhalter looking back towards his right and left it short for Jackson Walters. Incomplete for Hochhalter. He was looking in the direction of Jackson. Now 4 for 5 to start the second half. Nate Walls, 3 grabs. Jackson Walters, 5 catches. And that's it for Jamestown. 8 completions for Hochhalter on 15 attempts. Walters motions, hand off to Braun. He'll follow Walters and now bounce out wide to the right side. Aiden Braun again, a nice strong carry. He picks up 9 yards. That's a gritty run from Braun. His 9th carry goes for 9. 3rd down and 1 upcoming. Under 7 minutes now to go in the third quarter. Both teams have scored on their only drives of this second half after each team only put up a touchdown in the first 24 minutes. Hochhalter back to Braun. He's got the 1st down. Some open space towards the left. He cuts inside, jumps forward to the 49-yard line. A pickup of 9 more yards for Aiden Braun and a Blue Jay 1st down. And this is what we saw last week. I know Horace ends the season 0-9, but when you see Aiden Braun become a little bit more shifty all of a sudden, you know he's finally starting to feel like he's fully 100%. Coach Nelson talked about it in the pregame show, playing both sides of the ball and still a workhorse in the backfield. 1st down and 10 from their own 49-yard line for the Blue Jays. Snap, Braun gets the carry again. He gets to midfield, bounces off one tackler, and again he falls forward up to the 45 for a gain of 6. So the 5 carries for Aiden Braun here in the second half, all positive. 5 yards, 6 yards, 9 yards, 9 yards, 6 yards. 2nd down and 4. Ball at the Fargo North 45-yard line, down the middle of the field. Play action here for Hochhalter. Looking out left side, he's going to air it deep over the top, looking for Nate Walls. Jump ball, Walls got it inside the 5. He reaches, touchdown Blue Jays! 45-yard touchdown pass from Hochhalter to his favorite target tonight, Nate Walls. Finally gets that touchdown after being denied on the return. on the interception. Blue Jays back on top with 5:40 to go in the third quarter. Sarah Sleto is on to attempt the point after. High atop Hansen Stadium tonight. Jet and I are up here fist bumping away as Sleto gets ready for the PAT. Heinle to snap, Kallenbach holding. Ryan Kallenbach gets it down. Sarah Sleto's point after is good, and Jamestown leads 21-14 with 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We'll step aside, back with more Blue Jay football in 30 seconds.
Before you can start building a business, you have to build a business. You know, a building, a storefront, a facility, new or addition. Problem is, you're too busy taking care of business. You don't have time to meet with a planner, a contractor, and suppliers. But if you wait any longer, you're going to start losing business. Enter Hillerud Construction. They're in the business of building business. Quality commercial construction saves you time, stress, and money so you can get on with your business. Visit hillerudconstruction.com.
Your home for the Jamestown Blue Jays. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296 HH Jamestown.
Blue Jays 21, Spartans 14. 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Jamestown 2 offensive drives in the second half and more points in the second half than all the first half. 21-14. Hochhalter connects with Nate Wall's 40-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff for Gelberg coming up. It was bobbled initially. Keelan on the return. Ball came out. It's stripped loose. Jamestown trying to jump on it, but Fargo North recovers at the 36-yard line. They ripped it out of the arms of Keelan, and Jamestown unable to fall on that football, but they've been looking for it all night. Well, Blue Jay defense will get a chance back out onto the field. Again, we thank all of you for joining us tonight on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. It's all courtesy of our sponsors, Johnny B's Brickhouse, JRMC Orthopedics, as well as Gun and Reel Sports. 5:33, third quarter. Pistol set, Williams is the tailback. Welk, snap at the knees, throws it left side through the hands of Sim, and incomplete. They were trying to set up a screen towards the far side of the field for Jeremiah Sim. Second down and 10.
Second and 10 north from the Spartan 36.
Spartans at their own 36-yard line on the right side of the field. Nate Wall's got a temporary breather. Now he's in on second down and 10. Chillier as we make our way through this Thursday night. Muse bringing pressure off the outside. Give his to Miller up the middle. Walters stuffs the hole with Ethan Gall, and Jamestown only allows about 2 yards. So Miller will pick up 1. Third down and 9. North running on late here. We'll check in with KG after this play as we go under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Third down and 9. Miller is to the right of Welk. Williams the tailback. Play action. Welk steps up, some room to move. He'll throw it downfield, looking deep over the top for Zeller, who hauls it in, and somehow Welk stayed behind that line to pass down the field. We got a Blue Jay down. A big conversion to Zeller. And while we've got the injury timeout, let's check in with KG.
Yeah, that was the third time this game when the ball was on the ground and we had guys right around it, and the ball bounced funny and they got it. I think in the fourth quarter, the ball is going to bounce our way. We just got to stop them right here and keep that 7-point lead and give us a chance to extend this lead.
Yeah, what a play there. That was Peyton Hochhalter down as well for Jamestown. He's on the sideline, and that's kind of the risk you run with playing your quarterback in that center field spot. Thanks, KG. Appreciate it. 4:28 and counting. Hochhalter walking towards the tent potentially on the sideline for Jamestown. So Zeller off the big completion. Now Welk rolls left, floats it deep for Sem. This time it's over the top of his head. Jamestown had Fargo North backed up, had them at 3rd down and 9, and it's been the big play for the Spartans today. Zeller's catch goes for 50 yards. Up to the 22-yard line, 2nd down and 10 in Jamestown territory. See, Hochhalter is in the JRMC Orthopedics and Sports Medicine tent right now. Shotgun, Welk rolling out now, steps up in the pocket once again. He's going to tuck this time and run. Walters trying to track him down and eventually trips him up. Welk inside the 10-yard line down to the 6. That's a pickup of 16 yards, a 1st down, and 1st down and goal now. Upcoming.
That's the 1st and goal at the Blue Jays 7.
1st and goal, the 7-yard line. Oh, and not a great sign. Marty Hochhalter's taking a peek inside the tent now. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Jamestown, Ryan Kallenbach is the backup quarterback. If they need to go to him. Under center now for Welk. Offset eye, Welk passing left side towards the end zone and too far for Sem. Just trying to set up that jump ball to the left as Kallenbach starts to throw now for the Blue Jays. We saw the same situation last year. Hochhalter missed the final 6 games of the regular season with a broken collarbone. Jackson Walters quarterbacked the team to the postseason. And then Hochhalter came back and Jamestown won it all. Still the reigning defending state champions. 2nd down and goal from the 7-yard line. Back under center. Handoff right side, Williams trying to go wide. Jamestown cuts him down. Aiden Braun limits that gain to about 2.5 yards inside the 5. 3rd down and goal. With Hochhalter being out, at least it looks like for the time being, this would be another big time for Jamestown to find a way to get a turnover and pick up some yards afterwards, because you don't want to throw out Ryan Kallenbach inside his own 5-yard line for his first snaps today. Under 3 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. 21-14 Jamestown. 3rd down and goal for Fargo North at the 4-yard line. Williams in the backfield. Welk takes the snap, pitches inside. Nice play design, and Jim Miller is in the end zone. Wow. Crafty play design from Coach Rowland and the Spartans. They run it like an option to the right side, pitch it back in for Miller, and he scores from 4 yards out. Man.
8 plays, 64-yard drive.
8 plays, 64 yards, and now Watson to try and tie it up. Welk holding. Snap, down, kick is through, and it's 21-21. 2:47 left in the 3rd quarter, and Jamestown may have a new quarterback in on offense when we return from this 30-second break. Blue Jays and Spartans tied at 21 with 2:47 to go in the 3rd quarter.
No matter where you live, you should have access to high-quality health care. Jamestown Regional Medical Center's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine team offers care for hips, shoulders, knees, and toes. When an injury occurs, teams need care quickly. That's why the JRMC Orthopedic team promises same-day and next-day appointments. Schedule direct at jrmcnd.com or call 952-4878.
Jamestown Regional Medical Center will never stop building for you.
So the Spartans on their 2nd drive of the 2nd half score, just like Jamestown, matching totals here, and it's 21-21. Blue Jays and Spartans tied up. Jaron Matheny with you here on 107.1, our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Big thanks to Jet for running the camera for us all season long, as the Blue Jays tied at 21 with Fargo North. And we will see a new quarterback enter this game, it appears, for Jamestown. Hochhalter has had a really nice 2nd half to start. 5 for 6. And 2 touchdown passes. Little squib kick, running back, and a nice catch made for Jamestown. Asher Williams may have not been his ball at the end, but my goodness, that was a nice play. He runs back and makes the catch on the football. 37-yard line. Ryan Kallenbach is out at quarterback for Jamestown. The sophomore at 6 foot even, 160 pounds. We'll see his first really meaningful varsity action here for the Blue Jays. Kallenbach with Braun to his right. Snap, give is to Braun, left side. Aiden Braun pushes forward to the 42. Pick up a 5, and the Blue Jays setting themselves up nicely with the ground game. So the Blue Jays, 2nd down and 5 upcoming. Hochhalter returns to the game for Jamestown on 2nd and 5. That's a huge sign for the Blue Jays. He'll roll out right side, looking downfield, floats it over the top. Preston Gall has the first down across midfield up to the Fargo North 40-yard line. Hochhalter right back in, completes to Gall, 15 yards. First down, Jamestown, Preston's first catch of the day. 21-21, Jamestown and Fargo North tied, under 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Number 3 in the latest press poll is Jamestown. Number 5, Fargo North. Shotgun set. Hochhalter give to Braun again. He goes up the middle. Aiden Braun lowers his head, and he picks up 5 yards. It's the old Army-Navy. Jamestown not running the option, but when you can pick up 5 yards, 9, 3, and just consistently positive yardage, crooked numbers, hard to stop running the football. 2nd down and 5. 8 in the box here for Fargo North. Design quarterback run for Hochhalter. He's got the first down, past the 25, and up into the red zone for Jamestown. 13-yard rush for Hochhalter. Blue Jay first down and right at the 20. Adams Vandal in on the stop. Final 60 seconds of the 3rd quarter. Good to see Peyton Hochhalter back in this game for Jamestown. Empty set, 4 receivers left, 1 to the right. Hochhalter looks out left side, now back to the right, floats it up for Jackson Walters. Jump ball in the end zone! Jackson Walters, what a play! Touchdown, Jamestown! His 2nd touchdown catch of the evening. Blue Jays have the lead back, and Walters has another multi-touchdown game. The 5th time this year Jackson Walters has scored 2 touchdowns or more in a game. Sletto will attempt the point after. Jamestown 27, Fargo North 21. Kallenbach in to hold, Heinley snaps. Snap and hold are good. Sletto's point after. It's through. A little bit short, but this one still makes it through. And Jamestown leads 28-21. 42 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, so we'll keep it right here on 107.1 AM 1400, online at newsdakota.com. What a second half so far for Peyton Hochhalter. 7 of 8 through the air. It's got the touchdown to Walters, the touchdown to Walls, and the touchdown to Walters. So 3 touchdown passes on 7 completions in the second half. Gelberg placed the ball in the middle of the field, slightly towards the left, to kick this one away for Jamestown. Blue Jays up by a touchdown, 42 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. See if Peyton Hochhalter goes back out on the field for defense for the Blue Jays. Gelberg again. Diagonal spin on that kick. Williams hauls it in at the 20-yard line, goes left side of the field past the 30, and then Jamestown wraps him up. Colton Muse was in on the stop for the Blue Jays, as well as Xander Nedolicki. First down and 10 for Fargo North. They'll start the drive at their own 30-yard line. A run play on first down would more than likely take us to to the end of the third quarter. Jamestown putting up 21 points here in the third. 3 drives, they've all resulted in points. Fargo North, this is their third offensive drive. Miller to the right, Williams in the backfield. Low snap again, still pass out left side. Sem slips through one tackler and gets back to the initial line of scrimmage. 1 yard gain on the completion from Welk. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Fargo North looking to the sideline. They may try to go hard count to get Jamestown, see if they can pick up 5 free yards before the end of the quarter. Game clock down to 5. Now down to 2. They do take the snap, and whistles before that. It's the end of the third quarter before the snap for Fargo North. So Jamestown leads Fargo North 28-21 as we hit the fourth quarter of play. Blue Jays on defense, 2nd down and 9 upcoming for Fargo North when we return to Hansen Stadium. 35 points between the two sides in that third quarter alone, but Jamestown leads by 7, 12 minutes to go to finish out the regular season for both these sides.
Enjoy the rustic Frontier Fort Bar, Grill, and Gift Shop. The gift shop is open year-round with North Dakota tourism gifts and unique jewelry. And for a true Dakota Territory dining experience, the Frontier Fort Grill is open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday. Every Thursday night, get a rack of ribs, fries, coleslaw, and toast for just $9.95. And their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Dine in or call for takeout at 252-7492. The Frontier Fort, on the road to the Buffalo, Jamestown.
This is senior Aiden Braun, and you're listening to your home for Blue Jay football, Jamestown 107.1.
12 minutes to determine a winner tonight. Jamestown 28, Fargo North 21. 2nd down and 9 for the Spartans as they begin the fourth quarter with the football. Their own 32-yard line. Pressure from Colton Muse. Welk pulled the ball down, now throws it deep and over the top. Was trying to go downfield for Schilling. Hochhalter in coverage. 3rd down and long, and now Jamestown, this is a situation today where they haven't been able to pick up that 3rd down stop. This is a big one right here for the Blue Jays. Third down and 9, and a long 9 at that. Pistol set. Williams is the tailback. Welk back to pass, steps up, looking right side, will float it over the middle, picked off, thrown right to the Blue Jays. Kellen Harstead with the interception, and Jamestown will have great field position. Harstead picks it off. About a 10-yard return here in the fourth. And now Jamestown on offense. This has got to be a spot where you think you're going to try and run the football as much as you can. You got a chance to go up 2 scores here and a chance to drain this clock potentially. I know you can only pick up 2 first downs before the end zone here with where you're situated at, 28-yard line of Fargo North, but it feels like you should be running the football here. Shotgun set, motion left to right, Jorison. They'll drop back to pass. Hochhalter going to look deep, going for the big play down the middle for goal, and nearly intercepted by the Spartans. Adams Vandal in coverage. He knocks it away. 2nd down and 10, 11:40 to go, fourth quarter. Just one of those spots where Aiden Braun today, I understand, quick change, you want to go for the home run. I'm fine with that, totally on board with it. Now here, I think you got to give the ball to Aiden Braun at least once. At least let him carry this ball one time so you can get this game under 11 minutes at the least. Motion from Jorison. Hand to Braun. Open space left side, and Aiden Braun takes on a tackler, and that's why you just got to keep feeding him. He picks up 5 yards again. He's just been a machine at keeping those legs moving for Jamestown. Another carry of 5 yards. It's his 8th carry of the second half. All of them have been 5 or more. 3rd down and 5 for Jamestown. The 23-yard line of Fargo North need the 18. Shotgun set, Hochhalter. Play action. Pressure comes, he steps up, floats it off, left side for Preston, goal! Touchdown, Jamestown! Left side of the field, Hochhalter puts it up, and goal hauls it in from 23 yards away. Blue Jays are on top by 2 scores. 4th touchdown pass of the second half for Peyton Hochhalter. Preston Gall with a touchdown grab. 34-21 Blue Jays, point after pending from Sletto. Kallenbach gets it down, Sletto's point after is good, and Jamestown leads 35-21, 11 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the 4th quarter of play for Preston Gall, his 6th touchdown of the year. Blue Jays take advantage of the turnover by Fargo North, and the ball bouncing Jamestown's way that time. KG talked about it towards the tail end of the 3rd quarter. Seems like the ball, a couple of muffs, just never bounced Jamestown's way. Well, that time it was only Jamestown in the area. The throw from Welk, and the Blue Jays get a big INT from Kellen Harstead. (35-21) Jamestown leading, and if you can hold on, the Blue Jays will at least be hosting 1 playoff game. Potential for 2. Kjellberg's kick is into the air, through the hands, and down for a touchback. That must not have touched the hands of the returner for the Spartans in Rasmussen. So 1st down and 10 for Fargo North. They'll start at the 20-yard line, trailing by 14 points. As we take a look at some more scores from across the state of North Dakota tonight. Minot 24, West Fargo 10, 3 minutes 41 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Century defeats Bismarck High 23-0. Demons 0-9 to finish the season. Who would have thought? West Fargo Cheyenne 28, Mandan 10, 8 minutes left to go, 4th quarter. That's our latest update so far. Good Thursday night action, final week of the regular season in Class A. Pistol set for Welk. He'll pitch out wide to the left, looking to throw down the field. This one up in the air. Hochhalter goes up and picks it off. They went trick play, and Hochhalter, for the 2nd week in a row, has an INT. Haugo, the one who chucked it down the field with the southpaw. Hochhalter picks it off, and Jamestown gets the football right back. 3rd turnover for the Blue Jay defense tonight, and a chance to really give the gut punch here. 10:55, 4th quarter. Snap, give to Braun. He runs off left side, follows his tackle. Big hole opens up for Braun as he torpedoes down after a 9-yard gain. Big turn in this one, and Welk, who's thrown 2 interceptions. It's Haugo this time who throws the pick. And that's a tough break on the other side for Fargo North. Back to the ground with Braun. He bounces to the right this time. He's got the 1st down past the 40-yard line. Space opens up. He jumps over a man, and then he's down inside the 30. He picks up 14 yards on this carry. 1st down, Jamestown, 10-17, and the clock will start running once again once the chains are set. And this is where, if you're the Blue Jays, don't be afraid to be patient here. You're playing for home field in the playoffs, and you may need to win by a couple of touchdowns, certainly, to try and boost that score. 10 minutes to go. Shotgun snap. Braun gets the carry. Left side follows Walters. Braun. Again, 5 yards for Jamestown with Aiden Braun on the rush. There is player down for Fargo North, or lost his helmet rather, for the Spartans. Jordan Zander will have to come off the field for this play. Josh Robertson will come back on, and the thing that just did for Jamestown was 40 seconds. They've got a chance to run off here. Would really like to see them use this time. Shotgun for Hochhalter with Robertson to his right. On two, Hochhalter will keep. Quarterback run, right side, he gets through the hole, he's got the first down inside the red zone and down to the 14-yard line. Hochhalter picks up 11, and now Jamestown will have to deal with the same thing offensively. A lineman's helmet came off. Bo Nelson, it appears. He'll come off the field, but Hochhalter picks up 14 and a first down. 1st and 10 inside the red zone at the 13 of Fargo North. Robertson yet to have a carry today. See if he gets one here. 9 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Jamestown trying to go up 3 scores. Hochhalter back to pass. Pressure on him. Dumps off right side. Walters makes the catch, turns upfield, and he is barreling for the end zone. Just stepped out of bounds at the 2. Walters nearly got the first down. They'll give him 9 yards on that reception. Or we'll see where they mark it, I guess. Far side official standing right in front of the marker. It is a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Back to that empty look for Jamestown, and Fargo North will take a timeout. 8:53 to go, fourth quarter. Blue Jays have it at 2nd and 1 from the 3-yard line of Fargo North, trying to get into the end zone and go up 3 scores here towards the middle stages of the fourth quarter. A touchdown here could be a big dagger on the other side for the Spartans as Jamestown tries to get at least a first-round home game in the Class A playoffs. 35-21 Blue Jays, 8:53 to go, fourth quarter. We're back in 30 seconds.
Two Rivers Printing is your local source for anything printed on paper. As a full-service print shop, they offer quick print services for all kinds of posters, flyers, and business forms. They also print banner signs, invitations, cookbooks, thank you cards, and more. They can also do wide format printing in matte, gloss, blueprints, and vinyl. With decades of experience, you know it will be done quickly and done right. Call Two Rivers Printing at 251-1266 at the end of 10th Street in Jamestown.
2nd down and 1 upcoming for the Blue Jays. Let's check in. Second member of our crew, Kevin Gall, down on the sidelines before this 2nd and 1. KG, what's up?
Well, we got our turnovers, but
Yeah.
the Blue Jays, I don't think, have run the ball like this in any quarter of the whole season. They've really taken it after Fargo North here.
Hochhalter keeps, throws left side off the play action, incomplete, 3rd down and 1. And Kevin, if you still got us down there, what do you think it is? Is the offensive line moving better in the trenches right now? Because you're right, they're running the football really well in this second half.
Well, Aiden Braun is running with a purpose. You know, he's making one cut and going, and he's reading the line and the blocks really well. I mean, sometimes I see the receivers standing around expecting the play to be over, and they're not blocking. So they're standing around watching the play. We could even be doing better in the secondary.
Good takeaway. 3rd down and 1 here for Jamestown from the Fargo North 3-yard line. Snap. The give is to Braun. Right side. Hole opens up. Aiden Braun finds the end zone. And Jamestown trying to put a nail in the coffin here this evening in the regular season finale. 3-yard touchdown run for Aiden Braun. And the Blue Jays, after scoring 21 points in the 3rd quarter, have now scored 14 here in the 4th, capitalizing on Fargo North turnovers. And they do it once again. Fargo North tried to go trick play. Hochhalter picks it off. Jamestown goes 51 yards. Braun, a big bulk of the reason why in this second half. Sledo's point after. She's 6 for 6 tonight. Blue Jays have doubled up Fargo North. Fourth quarter, 8 minutes, 44 seconds to go, 42-21. Jamestown on top. We're back with more Blue Jay football right after this.
This is Clint with RM Stout. It's been a long road, but the auto industry is beginning to turn. We've noticed an uptick in new lot inventory. It's been years since we've seen this many new vehicles on the lot. With more new vehicles available, prices of used cars have and will continue to decrease, with nearly 100 used trucks and SUVs to choose from here at RM Stout. If you still don't find what you're looking for, we can special order one of our 35 new car models within our 6 brands. I'll let you do the math, but from what I can tell, we have plenty of options for you to upgrade your ride at RM Stout for the best value.
Your home for the Jamestown Blue Jays. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296HH Jamestown.
Blue Jays have a 3-touchdown lead on Fargo North. Regular season finale here from Hansen Stadium. 8:44 left in the fourth quarter. Jamestown 42, Fargo North 21. Kickoff for Gelberg. Hauled in deep by Williams. He'll run right side, and Gelberg is the one who's going to string the tackle out wide for Jamestown. So a huge second half for this Blue Jay offense. And just trying to lock up home field for at least the quarterfinals. Spartans will have it their own 29-yard line. Last two plays on offense for Fargo North have been turnovers. Both interceptions, one from the quarterback Welk and one from the running back Halgo. They'll give to Williams. The tailback lost it. Ball on the turf. Jamestown tried to jump back on top of it. Did they get on top of this one? They did. Blue Jays force another turnover. And it is all Jamestown. 3 straight plays for Fargo North. They've thrown interceptions twice, and now they cough up the football. Not sure who jumped on that ball for Jamestown. Pile formed. The Blue Jays found a way to get on top of it. Third turnover of the fourth quarter for Fargo North. Now you got to run the football here, right? 8:28 fourth quarter. Empty for Hochhalter. He looks to the sideline. And now we'll come back into play. Ball at the North 30-yard line. Empty set. Hochhalter, snap, quick pass right side. Jorson makes the catch, and he's going to be dropped right at the line of scrimmage. It's a completion of no yards there for Hochhalter. But what a change in this game here in the fourth quarter. Interceptions, the ball bouncing Jamestown's way and bouncing their way again. 42-21 Blue Jays, and on offense, under 8 minutes to go. Braun stumbled in the backfield, and he'll actually lose a yard here. First time in the second half, outside of that 3-yard touchdown run, where Braun has not picked up at least 5 yards on a carry. That's his 12th carry of the second half. Third down and 11 as we tick under 7.5 minutes to go. Gall and Walls to the left, Jorson and Walters to the right, Braun off the right hip of Hochhalter. Shotgun set. Play clock at 7. Here's the snap. Play action. Pressure coming. Throw it left side of the field. Looking up. Preston Gall makes the catch at the 5. And Jamestown's going to have it first down and goal. I'm not sure Hochhalter really saw. He just saw one-on-one coverage and thought, let me get it to the big guy on the far side of the field. Gall makes the grab. It's a pickup of 25 yards. First and goal for the Blue Jays at the Fargo North 5 and a chance to put this game away. Seven minutes to go. Motion from Jorson. They'll give on the jet sweep towards the right side. Blockers out in front. Jorson slides through. Touchdown, Jamestown. Tyson Jorson, 5-yard touchdown run. Put the nail in the coffin. I can hear the ladies singing right now. 48-21 Blue Jays. What a fourth quarter from Jamestown. Sletto will attempt the point after. Trying to go 7 for 7 tonight. 4 plays, 30 yards. 5-yard touchdown rush for Tyson Jorson. It was 7-7 at halftime. It's 49-21 Jamestown with 6:51 to go in the fourth quarter. Blue Jays in a big way making a statement here in the fourth quarter. And Fargo North just kind of fell apart down the stretch. No other way to put it. 3 turnovers on 3 consecutive plays. Interception thrown by the quarterback Welk. Interception thrown by the tailback Halgo on a trick play. And then a fumble by Williams. And Fargo North, all of a sudden, is out of this game. 6:51 to go. They have just one timeout remaining to the Spartans. And they got to try to hit big play after big play. And you look up at the clock now, Jamestown's got a chance that, you know, if Fargo North does what they've been doing and something happens on this next play, we're going to see a running clock. You didn't think that was going to be possible in this game. 7 points in the second, 21 points in the third, and Jamestown pouring it on with 21 more in the fourth. Kickoff away, and again, fumbled on the return here for Fargo North. Past the 20-yard line is Rasmussen. And just at the 21 is where Fargo North will start this drive. An offense that really found the big play on the ground through the first 3 quarters. Williams had a long carry. It seemed like they had a long carry per quarter. 6:45 left in this one, and it's 49-21 Jamestown. Ball is on the right hash at the 20-yard line for Fargo North. We'll send Schilling out to the left side. Sem is the receiver to the right. Pistol set, handoff left for Williams, and he's cut down at the ankles by Colton Muse. 6.5 minutes to go, fourth quarter for the second down play. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Blue Jay Football, 107.1.
AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296HH Jamestown.
Well, Williams was coming off the field, and then he just went down onto his backside. I wonder if he's potentially cramping up here, and he got tackled just above the ankles. And we got a new quarterback in for Fargo North as well, with the score at 49-21. Williams back onto his feet, and he'll need some help getting off the field here for Fargo North. Well, hopefully everything's all right with John Williams. They're going to need him next week, will the Spartans, whether they're coming back here to Jamestown potentially, or they could be staying in Fargo and playing south. They could be traveling to Grand Forks to take on Red River. Final score, Minot 24-10 over West Fargo. 49-21 here. Jamestown leading Fargo North, 6:15 to go. New quarterback in is Rasmussen. Run it out to the left side. Blockers will push out in front, and Jamestown pops him out of bounds. Pick up about 5 yards for Rasmussen. I said Rasmussen, I apologize. That's horrible. Third down and 5. 6:05 remaining in this ball game, 49-21. Rasmussen in at quarterback for Fargo North. He'll trot back onto the field for this third down play. And you would expect that Ryan Kallenbach and the second team for Jamestown will take over after this. The Blue Jays get a stop here. Pistol set. Rasmussen back to pass, pressure to the right side. He'll float it out into the flat, complete, and near that first down marker on the reception for Joe Jorkum. And he does have the first down. So enough Rasmussen to Jorkman for the first down. Keep the clock winding, though, under 6 minutes to play. First and 10 for the Spartans. Handoff, left side, and Rasmussen actually ended up keeping that one. Read option look. Rasmussen actually losing 5 yards here. Second down and 15. Again, Kevin Gall will be with us post-game with, I'm sure, what will be a very happy Bill Nelson with the way his team performed in the second half. Under 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Blue Jays up by 28. Rasmussen rolling out right side, looking down the field. Jamestown nearly sacked him, and now the Blue Jays are going to swallow him up at the end of things. Oh, Rasmussen stayed alive, gets the pass off, and it's complete. Oh, my goodness. There were 6 blue jerseys around Rasmussen, and he evaded tacklers for what seemed like 10 seconds before finding his target, Joe Rose. Pickup of 10 yards. Rasmussen was dead to rights, and he just squirmed through. 4:15 to go fourth quarter. Play clock down to 10. Third down and 5 for Fargo North. In the shotgun. Play clock at 1. Play clock at 0. Play clock at 0. No call. Rasmussen keeps it himself, and near that line to gain will depend on the spot. They're going to move the chains forward, and I think just so late in this game is the only reason they didn't call that delay a game, because it was about a beat and a half off. So Jamestown in on the stop. First down and 10 for Fargo North. They seem pretty content right now just to run out the rest of this clock. Try to get this second group some valuable playing time. Snap, look left side, completion to that side of the field. Schilling hauls it in, then he's thrown down. 87 yards rushing for Aiden Braun today to go along with that touchdown. He only had 7 yards at the half. You take away that minus 15-yard rush to start things tonight off the high snap for him, and he finishes over the century mark. Same thing probably be said with Peyton Hochhalter tonight. He'll finish just at 22 yards rushing, but he could have been at 37 had it not been for a high snap. Pitch out to the right side. Carry far side of the field for Jorkman, and Jamestown able to wrap him up on that second down and 5 to make it third down and 4. Jorkman 1 yard carry. Jackson Walters 2 touchdown catches and another multi-touchdown game for Walters, the 5th time this year he's done that. 7 receptions to lead the way for Jackson. Third down, and we'll call it a long 3. Third down and 3 for the Blue Jay defense. Handoff goes directly up the middle, and a first down for Fargo North. They'll push past midfield. This second unit has done a nice job of keeping the chains moving for the Spartans, but we're under 2 minutes to go. The middle school student section down on the left side is ready for Fargo North to exit the field. Now down under 100 seconds. 7 receptions, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns for Jackson Walters today. Preston Gall with that touchdown catch on 3 receptions. Rasmussen going for Schilling, left side. Schilling makes the catch. We do have a flag. This could be offensive pass interference. And it is OPI on Fargo North. That'll back them up 15 yards. So Preston Gall finishes the day 3 receptions and 63 yards with that touchdown. Nate Walls, a nice interception on defense. He'll go for 43 yards on 4 catches in that 1 score. 1:19 to play, fourth quarter. 49-21 Jamestown in front of Fargo North. The Blue Jays are going to round out the regular season at 7-2. Knowing that next week they're at least going to be hosting a quarterfinal game. And Jamestown had a player with blood on his arm from the look of it, so He'll come off the field. Officials saw that. Max Rittenbach. And now Josh Robertson will run in for the Blue Jays. Tyson Jorgensen, 1 catch, no yards, but he had that 5-yard touchdown rush. Roll out right side, Rasmussen just going to keep it, run to the far side of the field. Michelson pushes him out of bounds with exactly 1 minute to play in the fourth quarter. Peyton Oakhalter in this second half was nearly perfect for Jamestown. He had the interception on defense, went out of this game and then came back in and still was slinging the football. Oakhalter was 5 for 6 before leaving the game, and then he goes 5 of 7 down the stretch. So 10 for 13 for Oakhalter in the second half. Ball at the 50-yard line, 2nd down and 13. Rasmussen back to pass, floats out right side, it's complete. Out of bounds, past the sticks to the 35-yard line. Well, I guess the spot will depend, and they'll spot that one 2 yards shy. 3rd down and 1. 53 seconds to go. It'll be nice for Jamestown to keep a tackle inbounds here. Three rushing touchdowns today for Jamestown, 4 passing touchdowns. And the Blue Jays going to take a timeout here on 3rd down and 1 for Fargo North. So we'll step aside. We've got the final 53 seconds of this game coming up after the break here on 107.1. Blue Jays going to cap off the regular season with a win.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Frank, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula. 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their great selection. Have they got frames? Over 1,000 pair for you to try. So many on hand you'll want a pair for every outfit. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today in Valley City, Jamestown, or Carrington. Professional eye care centers, clearly the best.
49-21, Jamestown in front of Fargo North, 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Jaron Matheny here on 107.1 AM 1400. We could see you next week, Fargo North fans, here at Hansen Stadium. Just depend on how the rest of things shake out in 11A. Rasmussen gives up the middle, and a first down on the carry for the Spartans. Right up the middle for Billy Ward. 48 seconds left, clock now running on 1st down and 10 for Fargo North at the Jamestown 36-yard line. We'll see if the Spartans run 2 more plays, see if they want to air it out potentially, see what they've got with Rasmussen. Either way, it's going to be a Blue Jay victory tonight. Looking to pass, Rasmussen left side going for Schilling and just couldn't haul it in over his head. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10 upcoming. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 49-21 Blue Jays. Started out as a beautiful night. A little bit chillier to wrap this one up, but you can't complain a whole lot for late October weather here in North Dakota. Final regular season home game for Jamestown. 2nd down and 10 for the Spartans, final 17 seconds. Rasmussen on a keeper, left side, some blockers out in front. Rasmussen angled towards the sideline, now cuts back in, and now Jamestown throws him out of bounds. 8 seconds and now 6 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. They'll stop the clock at the 16-yard line of Jamestown, and Fargo North will have no more plays. They'll say he went out backwards, and that's it. Final score, Jamestown 49, Fargo North 21. Blue Jays end the regular season at 7-2 on the year, and that should guarantee them a game at home in the quarterfinals, if not 2 games for Jamestown potentially in the postseason. We'll see when all things are said and done next week where everybody lines up, but we could be seeing the Fargo North Spartans back here in Jamestown 8 days from now. It's a Thursday night win for the Blue Jays. 49-21 over Fargo North. Kevin Gall is down on the field right now. We're looking for head coach Bill Nelson as he shakes hands with his coaches. KG, over to talk with Coach Nelson.
I got Bill down here. Last week, Jorson, I thought, had a really good game. You could go right down the ladder. Aiden Braun, Preston Gall, Jackson again. You know, talk a little bit about the offensive play we had.
Across the board, they finally smelled blood. You know, we talked about putting their foot on. If he stacked good plays upon good plays upon good plays, and, you know, we had hands on balls, we had some drop balls, we had some things not go our way in the first half, but the kids kept fighting, they kept battling, they stayed with it, and we talked about just outwork them. And, yeah, that was, next thing you know, it's one, then another, then another, then another.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Now, it's the last game of the season. You got Coach Frank, you got Coach Schwans, and talk a little bit about the coaches you got coaching for you. Coach Mouse?
I'm blessed. You know,
they're pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah. There's a reason that I don't call play. I don't have to. I got Coach Mouse and Coach Hochhalter and Coach Kraber and Coach Jenner on the offensive side, you know, and then defensively got Coach Frank, Coach Schwans, you know, Coach Schrank, Coach Hirschkorn, Coach Breibach. You know, it makes my job real easy because I'm the special teams guy and get to be a cheerleader. And we had a goal of, hey, let's just outwork them for 4 quarters and see what happens. And good things. The only thing we're worried about is tonight. Took care of tonight. Let the chips fall where they may.
Good job, Bill. It was a fun game to watch. Good luck next week.
I think we'll come back home next week. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm here.
Heck yeah. All right, KG.
Back to you.
Yeah, KG, before you go, let's get your final thoughts from tonight, what you saw down the sideline. It felt like this second half, Jamestown really came alive, especially on the ground. But what did you see down there?
Yeah, just kind of a sense of urgency, and we got into a rhythm. We didn't make many mistakes in the second half and just got after them. And Coach Kraber was doing a great job up in the box. Schwans was screaming at the officials, and mostly at our guys. But, I mean, it was just a sense of urgency, and we played like we're capable and got her done.
Exactly. Played like they're capable. All right, thanks, KG. Appreciate your help tonight. Jamestown wins 49-21 over Fargo North. Let's go through your final stats for this evening. Jamestown's Peyton Hochhalter, 14 of 23 through the air, 224 yards passing, 4 touchdowns passing, and a touchdown on the ground. For Jamestown's receiving corps, 7 receptions for Jackson Walters, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns. Preston Gall, 3 catches, 63 yards, and a score. Nate Walls with 4 receptions, 43 yards, and a touchdown. On the ground, Aiden Braun, 87 yards, including 80 yards in the second half. He had a touchdown. Hochhalter, 22 yards rushing and a score. Jorson, 5-yard touchdown rush. He did have 1 catch that netted 0 yards. Jamestown able to turn Fargo North over on 3 consecutive offensive plays and 3 different drives. Unreal. Jamestown scoring 42 second-half points, and the Blue Jays will cap off the regular season with a big-time victory over Fargo North tonight. They scored 21 points in the third, 21 points in the fourth quarter, and they found a way, and the ball bounced Jamestown's way at the end of the game, and rightfully so for the Blue Jays here tonight because they worked real hard. There were a couple that were bouncing around. It felt like Jamestown just missed out on some opportunities, and then at the end, it all came together, and the Blue Jays win 49-21 over Fargo North. We'll be back here at home next week, we think, at least, for Blue Jay football and postseason action next Friday night. You can join us here on 107.1 tomorrow morning. Catch the full recap of Blue Jay football from this evening. We'll have Jimmy football on the air Saturday at 1 p.m. for Senior Day against Hastings. That's all for us tonight here from Hansen Stadium. Thank you for tuning in on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page, courtesy of Johnny B's Brick House, as well as Gun and Reel Sports and JRMC Orthopedics. The final here from Hansen Stadium. The Blue Jays are 7-2 to round out the regular year, a 49-20